Okay, here we are again. Let's load up. There we go. Let's copy our data, because everything looks good in that department, so... Did I just copy over this one? I mean, I guess I could just copy over this one. I mean, hell, I could just copy down to this one. It doesn't really matter where I copy to, as long as I don't copy to the same place. I'll just copy over this one. That's fine. Yes, okay to overwrite this data. So I don't think I messed up too terribly, so I think we'll be alright. Alright, so now that we have that in place, I need to very delicately keep my strategy guide open to the Trouble Center pages, because, good lord, it's really like the pages are only attached barely at the top seam at the moment, so hopefully I won't have to open this too many times. Matter of fact, I might even leave it closed because I don't think I need it for stuff like... I mean, I don't think it's that important that I keep it open to those pages. And then at least I can maintain the integrity of the book. It's in fair condition. It's not in good condition, but it's in fair condition. So, I just don't want to see it fall apart before I finish this game up, you know? After that, it's like, I mean, I'd like to not see it fall apart at all. It might happen anyway, but if I can avoid it until I'm done with the game, then yeah, that would be good. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome. Just about to get started. The copied save, so basically that's like saving to a separate file, essentially. Normally, because normally in a game it'll let you select a separate save file, and each stream I try to select a different save file, so that if something bad happens and I need to go back to the previous stream's save, I can just go back to it. So now what'll happen is I'll load up file 1 today, because I just copied our file over to file 1. I'll load that up, and we'll use file 1 for today's stream. So then on the next one, we'll copy it to file 2, and we'll use file 2 for the next stream. It's just as a backup measure to make sure that if anything bad happens, like that one time in Final Fantasy Legend 2 where I deleted an entire stream by accident, we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I always have a backup measure in place for these sorts of things, just in case. You never know when something stupid will happen, like me. I'm stupid, so I have to have these backup measures, or else something bad will happen, and then I will be SOL. So that doesn't happen, that's why we copy the save file. Yeah. Let me take a drink and then we'll get started. Alright, we're good. Let's start with file 1 and get it moving. Well, I took care of managing our inventory. I kind of wish now that I hadn't sold the mistake, though, because there's just this image now stuck in my head forever of the guy in the Toad Brothers Bazaar telling me, with a straight face, "I will give you 1 coin for your mistake." Well, maybe we'll make it again, just so that you can see it, but it was just like, took me completely off guard. It was great. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Paper Mario, the 1000-Year Door, the Stream Edition. Last time we finished up our business in Petal Meadows and Hooktail Castle, we got our first Crystal Star. Got a new move out of the whole deal as well, and that's why we have 2 specials. So today we kind of have an idea about where we need to go. We need to go to Boggly Woods, and there's a pipe below Rogueport that'll take us there. Excuse me. But we've got some side quests to do, and we've got the entire west side of Rogueport to go explore, so we're going to go do that stuff before we leave. Because my plan is to get all the troubles done in the game. We'll mostly do the troubles as they come up, but there's going to be one particular one that I wait to do until, like, Chapter 6, even though I think you get it in Chapter 4, because it has to do with the Pit of 100 Trials, and we're not going to do the Pit of 50 Trials, the first 50 anyway, until Chapter 6, so... Is this supposed to be satire that someone's always watching Mario's life? I feel like in some way, yeah, the Mario RPGs do have that sort of, it's like, well, this is a play, it's an audience, that sort of a thing. I think they've been doing that since like Super Mario RPG though, so maybe it's just like a a holdover. I mean, it's a good holdover. I like what they do with the audience in this game. It's an interesting concept for a game mechanic, but I don't know, it might just be a holdover from that. Alright, we've got another trouble, so let's take a look. This is Arthur. I want to open a new shop, but I need help setting my prices. But since I can't go into a competitor's shop, why? I need some research done. Okay, fair enough. I need the price of Fire Flowers, Sleepy Sheep, and Tasty Tonics in Rogueport. I'll meet you in front of this building to make the exchange. Sounds nefarious, but sure, I'll see what we can do. Alright, let's go figure out what the prices are before we talk to this gentleman, who is most likely Arthur. I wouldn't imagine the guy that's the thief in the thief mask being Arthur because, well, fur is in the name, so I would imagine it's the dude who looks like he has fur. I don't know. What's up? Yeah, he just says welcome now. He's kind of just going to be out on the street hawking his wares for the rest of the game, so that's cool. Alright, Tasty Tonic is 3. Fire Flower is 10. Sleepy Sheep is 8, so that's 18, 21 coins. Okay. Hello there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there's a few things that you can do with each shopkeeper in the game. So you can buy and sell from here. Now, if you want to buy, you can just buy stuff directly from the counter, with the exception of the badge shop. The badge shop you can buy from the actual shopkeeper because all of their badges are not out on the counter, especially late in the game. You can also sell your items here, but you can also store and withdraw items. So if you click store, you can store a total of 32 items here, and we will be making use of that in just a little while because we're going to get a reward for one of the side quests that I won't need for a while. We can cook it, and it turns into an item that restores like 30 HP or something like that, so I won't need it for a long time because we won't have 30 HP until, oh god, probably Chapter 5 or something like that on Mario. We won't have 30 HP on our partners for a while either, but yeah. Almost sounds illegitimate. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, it's Rogueport. I guess anything's possible, and most things probably sound pretty pretty under the radar. Arthur, right? I did check prices for you, yes. Alright. So, Fire Flowers are 10 coins. I think if you say the wrong one, he'll just tell you, no, there's no way. But, a Sleepy Sheep is 8. And then Tasty Tonics are 3. Yeah, they got some pretty fair prices over there, to be honest. Fire Flower's a little high, but actually so's the Sleepy Sheep. But the Tasty Tonic, you can't really beat that. So, well, nobody here has any money. That's why we end up handing it off to each other, whether actually handing it off or taking it out of another person's pocket. So, well, fair enough. So he can't make any money off of a new shop, but he can at least give us 20 coins out of the deal, so that's cool. So yeah, these are kind of a nice way to earn a little bit of money in between chapters without having to worry about, like, finding a bunch of other stuff to do, like grinding or something like this. You really don't need to grind in this game. If you get to, like, level 24, which should be a safe bet by the end game, you'll be fine, so. Just like that one town in Oceansheart, Goat's Head, where it's founded by pirates. What's with RPGs and making pirates start towns? That's a fair question. I think, if I had to guess based on real-life stuff, I would say that the pirates are taking their liquid assets, their money, and turning it into solid assets, aka all of the town buildings and everything like that, the streets and all that stuff, so that they can, 1, make more profit off of it, and 2, prevent the tax person from coming in and saying, well, you got all this gold sitting around. I'm sure you won't mind if I take a few pieces for the government. So they're enterprising pirates, I suppose. Gumther, find this guy. Hey, 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 my name is Gumther. That's quite an intro. Please find the guy that pulled off credit card fraud on me. I'll be in Rogueport Plaza, so come talk to me. I forgot about his credit card fraud. He told us about that. It still caught me completely off guard. Oh, this game is fun. This game's script is fun. I like it. Again, how does a Goomba get credit card fraud? Like, where do you get the credit card from? You have no hands, sir. Where do you keep that? In your mouth? That's gotta be gross. Yeah, tell that to Limsa Lominsa. I think they wanted to stop the endless bloodshed between them. Yeah, that's also possible, too. Yeah. This is not Gumther. Yeah, because actually at an inn, They'll, yeah, also refill your star power because recovery blocks won't. That's a fair tip, thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry, what? I am here to handle your trouble. What's with the credit card fraud? Larson the Bandit, okay. Uh-huh, fair enough. Right, yes, got it. Okay, fair enough. I think I remember where he is. I think he's in the alleyway behind Professor Frankly's, but I'm not 100% sure about that. We'll go look. Why do they have credit cards? They're Goombas, I know. I got nothing. What are you looking at, tough guy? I do have business with you. Yeah, stop committing credit card fraud on people with no hands. I mean, something like that. My hammer says I'm the police. Oh, well, there he goes. That's not him over there. I don't remember where he goes. He might go to that same place where the other dude went. The other thief guy. I'm gonna check back here just in case. You never know. He might have paper mode too. Might have swindled his way into Hooktail Castle. Nope, doesn't look like he's back here. What about in here? Hi. Hi, Ishmael. Don't mean to intrude. Just looking for a thief. Or a treasure hunter, depending on your context. There we go. Flip the perspective on me, and then off we'll go. I know he's not in the locked door directly next to the gate there, because that, well, it's a locked door, so we can't get in there until, I think, Chapter 5, if I remember right. Alright, so I didn't see which way he ran off to, but I'm going to check back here. He's got to be around here somewhere, that's the point. Is this the same bandit as before? I mean, I thought about it. I mean, I guess as long as you don't get caught, but I don't think I'd use it as a hideout spot, so. You like the aesthetic of this game? Yeah, it's kind of interesting, isn't it? I enjoy it as well. It's pretty cool looking. It's got like that... It's kind of in that early 3D-esque model thing going on, but with the 2D high-fidelity sprites from the paper mode stuff, like that, it just kind of adds to it. It doesn't look like that early 3D stuff that's aged like water at this, or not water, but it's aged like nothing good. Spoiled cheese. There you go. Charlieton, did you change your shop up at all since the last time I was here? You did. Wow. Got a repel cape that makes you dodgy for a few turns. That's not bad. Double pain doubles the damage Mario takes. Does not double the damage he deals, though. He's also got a badge that I'd like to pick up eventually. Hammerman. This increases your hammer attack by 1, but you lose the ability to jump, and that might actually come in handy in certain boss fights, depending on whether they're more vulnerable to jumping or hammering. But, well, I don't have enough coins to buy it just yet, so we'll wait on that one. Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome back. We're just running around Rogueport doing some side quests. I gotta find a thief that just ran off about credit card debt. So, yeah, we're looking around for that. This game is so cute looking. Why is there a Gallus? Oh, Rogueport. Don't ever change, Rogueport. Oh, I have to talk to Goomther again. That's what it is. I opened up my strategy guide for this part. It's a good thing I have that. I did find him, and then he ran off, so... Okay. Yeah, I got that part, so... But yeah, according to the ye old Nintendo Power strategy guide, you actually need to talk to Goomther after talking to Larson, and then go to the pier. And Larson will be somewhere around here, so... Oh, there he is. That Toad looks like he's got something on his mind. Yeah, Hammerman as opposed to Jumpman. Yep, that's it, yeah. There is a Jumpman badge as well. We'll be looking for that one in Charlieton's shop, too. And I might actually equip Jumpman more often than Hammerman, because usually I default to jumping when I'm just... when it doesn't matter which one I use, so... I can make you do whatever I want. Actually, I shouldn't say that. That sounds lewd. Well, he ran off again, so I guess we'll go check in with Goomther. Oh, no, now he goes to the inn. Okay. I still do have a Nintendo Power Guide. How is it not moth food at the moment? That's a fair question. I have kept it in a box under my bed for, like, a decade, so... Yeah, probably why, because it hasn't collected dust and it hasn't really moved or shifted at all since then, so. I am serious, and I've ran you down. Well, actually, how about you just pay up what you took from Gunther here? Thank you. Oh, boy. Anything but that! I mean, I guess they're just going to do that all the way to the police station. That's fair enough. There goes the trouble, and we got 20 more coins out of the deal, so that's good. Next on the list, I think there's a couple where you need to actually go back to Petal Meadows coming up pretty soon, so. You still have a slightly damaged Shadow Lugia poster on your wall at the moment? Yeah. Some of those older posters and stuff, eventually, like, I started getting smart with some of the stuff that Cole got me when he went to conventions and stuff, and I actually framed them because, well, one, I want to hang them in my apartment when I eventually move out of the house, and two, I don't want them to end up being moth food because he spent the time to get them for me, so, yeah, framing them was a good decision, I think. It makes it a lot easier to keep them in place. And they look nice up on the wall, I think. Got all the frames in the same color, so they're all pretty uniform. It's pretty good. Hey, Sephico, how's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, he did grab him by the collar without any Goomba hands. Oh boy, I don't know how he managed to do that. Maybe he just bit him. I don't know. Whatever he did, he's taking him to the police station, and he's no longer my problem. Mouse Million wants me to hit him. Okay. The corners are messed up. It has some water damage, and it's coming apart in one place, but it's nice. No, that's fine. I mean, that's a poster that's been up on your wall for a while from, like, what, 2005? So, no, it's still in good condition considering it's been, like, 17 years, I would say. So, people still want to play a Paper Luigi story. I'd be down for a Paper Luigi story. I think it'd be good. You were snowed in for a while and your internet was bad. Came to the last stream, but it barely functioned. I believe that. I mean, if you live anywhere near where that band of snow was that we got like... So we already had, like, after everything melted from the previous storm, we probably still had, like, 6 to 8 inches on the ground, and then we got an additional at least a foot. There's some parts of the snow that's been shoveled and moved around outside right now where it's up to my chest, and I'm, like, 6 feet and 2 inches tall, so, like... Yeah, we got a lot, so. Mouse a Million here. I need some help jogging my memory. Meet me in Rogueport Square in front of the shop. Okay. I don't know what he means by jogging his memory, and he says, hit me, please, but maybe we need to bonk him on the head. He has the amnesia status from all those other classic RPGs. We need to use a mallet to smack him upside the head. Yeah, so you're in the southeast, so you didn't get the snow. Yep. So you're in. It was northeast mostly, that band that came across. So yeah, that was the same for you, Sephico. Gotcha. Yeah, we got a few storms now. Hopefully we're done at this point, but we'll see. I mean, I like the snow because it makes it easier for me to go snowboarding with all that powder on the ground, and I don't have to make it. So I did accept your trouble. Yes, you could probably smell the piece of paper on me. Oh, okay. You know that doesn't work, right? Shock therapy doesn't... It's not a reliable method of recovering your memory. I guess we gotta hit him in the head with our hammer. So yeah, you can whomp him a few times, but you don't want to whomp him too many times or he'll forget, and then you'll have to do it all over again. Alright, prepare yourself, Mouse a Million. You gotta wait a second before you do it each time. But basically, you want to wait until he says, I remembered. Let's see, that's 10, I think. There we go. So 11 swings, and there you go. Just don't hit it again once you see him. Just say, I remembered. Basically, wait until the whole text box fills up, and if it fills all the way up, that means he said, I just can't remember, and then whack him again. If you do it that way, you won't cause him to roll over. No, not again. I hated amnesia in video games. There's a gallows, and maybe 20% of these people have necks. That is also true. Yeah, I don't think that would work very well on anybody except the toads and these furball guys here. I don't know what their official names are, but yeah. Yeah, bonk. Every time you just hear that bonk sound effect. Yeah, having concussion, Mousy. We have this therapy training from Wacka. Oh, Wacka. We'll see him later on in the game, yeah. Just the cold wind from France. 100 points if I get that reference. I get that reference. I'm trying to remember a quote from that game, from her specifically, so I could say it, but I can't recall. Maybe one of these days I'll go back to it. Okay, so the tip is buy a Sleepy Sheep at the shop in Rogueport and then sell it for a 2-coin profit in Petalburg. Actually, that's kind of interesting. So you buy it here for 8 and they buy it from you for 10 over there. Probably because they knew that Hooktail could be put to sleep, so they were like, oh, this is valuable. But yeah, that's all you get for solving this trouble. You can go make infinite money 2 coins at a time. Sounds like hell. So I think I will not. Yeah, keep trying, boy! Sorry, that was more. That was not very French or Algerian of an accent. My bad. Yeah, no. No, you don't need to do that anyway. You can make a lot of money in this game even without having to do it that way, so, you know. Yeah, you empty your inventory, then become a trucker, trading those bonks for honks. Something like that. Kupook says, try to find me. It's me, Kupook, the wandering hide-and-seek champion. Maybe he's related to Koopa the Quick. I'm hiding somewhere in Hooktail Castle right now. Hiding like you read about. If you find me, I'll give you something good. Think you can do it? Really? We're gonna find out, aren't we? I know where he is, though, so we'll just go straight there. Like, I don't even need to look down at my guide to know where he is. I know where he is, so we'll just go straight to him. Yeah, like I said, a little unfortunate that you have to do these one at a time, but eventually we'll get a better method of doing these. Like, even though we're doing them one at a time, we'll get a better method of moving in between the areas we need to go to, so, yeah. Well, let's go back to Petalburg. So, yeah, my ears bleed. Thanks, Mono. You're welcome. You're willing to soft reset for shiny legendary Pokemon, but you're not farming money, 2 money at a time. Yeah, no, I wouldn't either. Can't say I blame you. By the way, the Goomba that was over here disappeared, so I don't know where he went. I just wanted to come over here to show that, but yeah, I don't know where the hell he went. Probably decided it wasn't worth fighting and went home. Can't say I blame him. Oh, by the way, the hidden badge, oh, hello, is down here. Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, Professor Franklin did talk about those guys. In any case, the way to Chapter 2 is in there, but we'll go there in just a second. I figured out where the hidden block is, by the way, but I'll show it after this, so. That Goomba does have a life outside me, that's true. Good for him. I'm glad he's got a life outside me, because I'd feel bad if I was the only thing that was, keeping him sane. How many bloopers do we kill for shortcuts in this game? I think just the one, actually. I think just the one that we killed to get to Petal Meadows, so, yeah. Haha. I'll take no damage, thank you. Yeah, those guys really, at this point, they don't give even a remotely good amount of experience, so I wouldn't even bother. Oh, wow, that's a really rare drop, and actually, that's exactly what's inside of the hidden block, right over here. So, that's funny. Ow. So that's funny, because that was exactly what I was going to look for anyway. But basically, we got a pretty lucky badge. What it does is kind of the similar thing to, I think, Close Call, except you don't have to be in danger for it to activate, so. I missed the super guard timing again. I really don't care about getting hit in this game, to be honest. Like, Sweet Treat is so easy to use. It's just so convenient that, I mean, if I take a little damage, I'll just use it, whatever. So yeah, there's the pretty lucky. That guy was having an aneurysm, and we get a thing out of it. Yeah, okay, stream highlights. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, I might make that a highlight, to be honest, but... Yeah, okay, well, we got 2 pretty lucky badges now, so I guess I can go sell one. But yeah, here you go. So when Mario's attacked, it sometimes makes enemies miss. I'd rather have that happen, like, all the time, rather than just when Mario's in danger. Like, when he's in danger, I'd rather use Last Stand, because then it's guaranteed. It's like, if I'm in danger, I need the damage drop. So. Yeah, you could stack the effects as well. That's true, actually. I think one pretty lucky, it gives you like a 10% chance to avoid, and if you stack them up, it gives you more than that. It's like it goes 10, then 19, and I think it gives you diminishing returns with each one. So it's like 10, 19, 27, 34, 40. So it goes like that, basically. And I mean, they're kind of cheap, so I guess you could stack the effects. I was only planning on having the one, though, to be honest, so I don't know what I'll do yet. I know that I can sell these badges, and I'm probably going to sell Close Call because I'm never going to use it, but I don't know, I might hold on to a few of them. Probably sell HP Plus as well because I'm never going to use that either, but yeah, you know. I know what I'm going to use already, so that's the plan. I got to go back up here. We got to go to Petal Meadows. Yeah, but gambling with your life creates highlights. I mean, yeah, that's true. And highlights create views because my highlights are not age restricted on YouTube, so maybe we're thinking about this the wrong way. Maybe if I wanted to enter prize, I would need to create more highlights by being more, you know, by being more risque with my stuff. Gonna take a nap, Marie? Alright, sounds like a plan. Go take yourself a nap, get yourself some rest, and we'll see you either later or on the next one. So, sounds like a plan. You do that too often, Lifeblood? I get that. The game isn't so hard that you need to rely on them. Yeah, that's what I think. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if I need to stack stuff up. It's kind of... It's nice if you can, especially if you're, like, doing a situation where, like, you have, Like, there's a way in this game where you can get yourself to be constantly in danger, if I remember correctly, because you can reduce your HP to 5 using one of the magicians. I don't remember which one, but one of the magicians lets you reduce your HP, like, shuffle your stats around so that you end up with 5 HP. And there's a setup with that where you put on a bunch of, like, badges that increase Mario's attack and defense when he's in danger, and you just destroy the video game. But we won't be doing that, so... I'm just gonna play it like normal, basically. I'm trying a few badges that I haven't tried before, like Sleepy Stomp, but... yeah, we'll just play it, like, relatively normal. Alright, so now we gotta go find Kupuk. Ow. And then we'll go from there. Nope. I got your number there, Paratrooper. Yeah, we'll multi-bounce, why not? Let's bring these guys out of the air. There we go. And then... yeah, I'll just have Goombella do this, it's fine. Knock this guy down. Ow. Yeah, a little late on that one. That's okay. Could heal now, or I could get rid of this Koopa. I think I'll get rid of this Koopa. I could have multi-bounced too, I guess. Well, they still give 2 experience, that's not too bad. I'll just guard. That's a little easier on the timing, I suppose. So, if I do a multi-bounce, I can knock that guy down. So, let's do that. There you go. And then, ow. Okay, she didn't get dizzy. That's good. We can finish this guy off. And then we can go from there. Alright, we got a mushroom, 2 mushrooms up there, so I'm going to have Goombella take her turn first, just in case I manage to get the 3. Because then I don't have to sweet treat just yet. There we go! Bingo! Perfect. Max out our HP, and it also fills out your entire audience, so that's not bad. That's really the main draw of getting a bingo, is that it fills out your entire audience, so that's what I'd use it for anyway. We'll probably even level up while we're in here, because, I mean, the enemies in here don't give a lot of experience, but there's a few to get through before we get to the next area. I guess I can just avoid them like I just did there. Because, again, I don't really need the EXP. I'm just looking for the guy that gave me that trouble, so. I don't think he's too far in here either, so. Yeah, whatever, I'll fight this guy. Could probably run around him, but oh, now I don't want to fight this guy. Great. 2 guys with fire flowers, too, that's gross. Good thing I have quick change on. So I can just get rid of him right now. This is why I love this badge, by the way, this quick change badge, because it makes the combat so much more dynamic than, oh, I have to switch partners. Yeah, no thank you. Oh, I got the super guard, nice. I saw that it was arcing a little bit too much, and I was like, I think that's going over Mario's head, so I just sort of looked directly at Koops. That's usually how I do that, by the way, where if I'm getting a super guard, I usually look at my character rather than the enemy in order to time the super guard. It's just easier for me to time the super guard that way because then I can see the pixel that the thing is about to hit me, you know? So, that's just how it works for me anyway. Alright, so up we'll go here. Then there's a couple more troubles for us to solve and we'll be good to go. Hop right in here. Excuse me, there we go. Hop right out here. Well, I guess A for effort, but E for execution. So. Alright, Koops help me out with this. And I think you can see Koopook from here if you look around. Yeah, see, there's that Koopa over there. He was not there originally. So we'll go see what he's up to. Seeing me countering and blocking everything makes you think that I'm fucking invincible. The jokes are just rising out of you. I got you, Lifeblood. Hey! I see what you did there, you little kidder. Oh boy. We don't need that. Yeah, we need flowers. That's what we need. We don't need those either. There we go. Thought I could get that. Oh, I did get it. 8 FP out of that, sweet treats. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's true. In the end, it does have to be this way, because if you didn't do it, then I don't know who would. I mean, I might, but probably not as well, so... yeah. Alright, so that takes care of that guy. Let's hop on down. Hey there. Blast and damn! I did find you. Well, we're not your ordinary trouble takers, so... we're troublemakers, you see. Yeah, I can see that. That's why you'd go to a place like this. Better be careful, don't want to go too far there, and then nobody knows who you are, and, you know. Oh, I actually didn't know about this interaction, excuse me, I wasn't aware. That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure if he... oh, there you go. Remembers him. Oh, well. Yeah, it only took him... how old is Koops again? Man, it sounds like Bart's from a different timeline. Remember that time when Bart's in Final Fantasy V, he hid up on the roof in his hometown and no one found him and he was up there for days and nobody even looked for him? Final Fantasy V's humor kind of reminds me of this one, this game. It's kind of good in a very, like, if you think about it too hard, it's kind of morbid sort of way. So... and we got a special card for finding Koopook. That's cool. A parlor card that lets you play the plane mode game. We haven't gone to the place where we can use that just yet, but we will. So, now is that a regular item or is that a key item? I forget. We're gonna find out. Huh, man. Way to throw him under the bus after just seeing him after all these years. I really hope he is immune to fall damage. Let's check that out. So, yeah, it is an important thing. Okay, cool. So we'll go see what that's all about in just a little bit because, well, we haven't explored the west side of Rogueport just yet because we've been doing Troubles instead. So, since we've been doing that, we'll, oh, he didn't even hit it. Okay, cool. That's fine. Come with us, Stillbones. But no, you will not. But yeah, we'll go look around for that in just a little bit. That's the nice part about Hooktail Castle, though, is that if you're... you know, you have to go up. I mean, going up kind of sucks, but then you can take a shortcut to get back down. You don't have to go all the way through the dungeon again just to get out, so... that's nice. Oh, okay. I didn't really realize where he was in terms of the perspective there, but that's okay. Definitely gonna need Goombella for this one, I think. There we go. And get her out here. Let her do a little jumping, bonking. Yeah, west side! Hand sign. Yeah, I was gonna make a West Side Story joke, but I've never seen West Side Story, so I couldn't really make it very easily. Oh wow, that's a lot of star power. Nice. We're already back up at full. But yeah, you see how easy it is after a while to just get Sweet Treat back? It's just like... That's why I don't mind, you know, using a few flower points here and there. It's just easier than, you know... It's just easier than trying to do everything manually, because you can very easily heal your HP up that way, so... Oh, Electrified, okay. That's an interesting status that we don't have access to just yet. When an enemy is electrified, you can't make direct contact or you'll get hurt. I don't know if that applies to Koops' shell. I mean, I guess we could test for science, but I know we can hit him with a hammer, so I guess I'll just do that. Yeah, they were past hide-and-seekers, and no one found them, pretty much. Oh god. I was gonna read more, but then the guy decided to try to stop me. Can't make jokes of everything because your memories of this game are broken and the truth goes unspoken. Oh, good lord, Lifeblood. Can't stop these memes. It's like they're the DNA of the soul. I mean, that's distinctly possible. I think that's a prophetic statement that he made back in the original game, but... Yeah, anyway. Let's knock these Koopas down. I guess since they want to fight, I'll take the extra 4 XP so I can level up. That's fine. Do I Sweet Treat here? I'll Sweet Treat here. Why not? I'll let Goombella take care of the Koopa in front. It's a good thing that wasn't a poisonous mushroom right there. We're already back at max in terms of the, well, everything, really. Thread the needle there a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you just following the rules of nature, then yeah, it makes sense. I don't think there's a second stylish on Goombella's head bonk. I think it's just the one. Oh well. Should we try out Sleepy Stomp? I don't feel like it's necessary against this guy, but I mean, I guess I can demonstrate what it does, so I'll try it out. Why not? Yeah, so there you go. You put him to sleep. So now he will stay on the ground for 5 whole turns while he's asleep. So now he has 0 defense for 5 whole turns. It's very nice because you can basically incapacitate an enemy for 5 turns if it procs. It doesn't always proc, and they can break out of sleep if you're attacking them, but it's only a chance. It's not guaranteed when you hit them with a physical attack, so... Pretty nice. Not as nice as, like I said, I think in Paper Mario 64 they could never break out of sleep until the timer was up, but I don't know that for sure. I have never played Paper Mario 64, so I couldn't tell you. Alright, I think we killed everyone else in this room, so we'll be at 99 star points for a little bit, I guess, so. The memes, Jack, indeed. They're just coming up like nobody's business today. We are all our own masters now. Think you've only ever used Sleepy Stomp on uncricketed Hooktail. Yeah, if I'd gotten Sleepy Stomp before Hooktail, it would have come in really handy in that fight because we could have put her to sleep before she even became a problem, but... Well, we used a Sleepy Sheep on her, and we prepped up that way, so... We'll remain strangers to this world. Oh boy. Lifeblood's coming up with a little bit of everything for us. Yeah, I'm going to try Sleepy Stomp out. I don't know how well it'll work, but it seems like a pretty powerful status effect, so... Goombella, I'm proud of you. You actually jumped over a gap, even though you missed that one. And that one. I want you to know I'm proud of your progress. I could use that guy to get myself a level up, but... Eh, it's alright. Alright, well, since we got a special card, before we do some more troubles, let's go explore the west side of Rogueport, shall we? I don't see why not. We get to see cute sheep sometimes win. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And the sheep item, yeah. I'll try to grab at least one spare sleepy sheep so we can see the sheep go along. Because I don't feel like waiting until we play Super Mario RPG to abuse sleep. Actually, I don't even know how effective sleep is in Super Mario RPG because I don't remember using it basically ever in that one. We'll see. These two need us to go to some places. Evidently, this one's going to need to take us... Well, both of them are going to take us to Petalburg, but Mayor Kroops, of course, is going to take us to Petalburg because he wants us to listen to him. Will someone please come talk to me, please? I'm waiting at the Pink House in Petalburg. I feel bad for him because it sounds exactly like a geriatric of his age to basically put out a trouble where he just wants random strangers to come talk to him. And the reason why I feel bad is because, well, I mean, I have grandparents too, so I understand the feelings of loneliness that they get, and it's sad, but, you know. The best sleep is the eternal kind with DPS. Yes, because if they're dead, then, yeah, they can't hurt me, and, well, I'll take care of them that way. So, do we have anything that I can take to Zesty? I guess I have a fire flower, but I might actually use that in battle, so I'll wait on that. Let's go explore the west side first. You're running out of material, you could use a bit of collective consciousness for some more memory. Fair enough. Is there a star piece right here? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was going to say, I remember where some of them are. I don't remember where all of them are, but I do remember some. And there's another one. So that's cool. Hi there. That's quite a slogan you've got there. The Happy Lucky Lottery. This is rigged. Don't play this. From what I understand. Tell me more. I'll listen to you. Say you pick some numbers, they might win each day. But you have to buy your numbers one at a time, from what I understand. And then you check back and see if your number came in. You get a prize if you win, but... yeah. Right, that makes sense. Fair enough. No, thank you. I think I'm good. I don't have a gambling addiction. Sorry, buddy. Sounds like a plan. I will do that. I'm just glad he doesn't look sad. Let's break into random people's houses, shall we? He needs more viewers chatting to bounce off of. Starts to feel pressured. No, you're okay, Sephico. It's all good. Lifeblood's just coming up with Metal Gear Rising memes, so you're good. I could swear, yeah, there was a whole video about the lottery being a scam. I think that's where I got that it being rigged thing from. So, oh, really? It's that bad? How bad could it possibly be? Let's go find out. Huh. A little slit in the wall here. You can barely see it, but it's a different color than the rest of the thing. Well, you can't really see it on my screen at the moment because of chat, but just take my word for it. There's a hole in the wall right here. We can't do anything about it. Just yet. We will later, but not yet. You need her to be here to work on your novel? Oh, so you need her to stay here to babysit your kid while you go off to random places to write your novel. I forget if he's a trouble recipient later in the game. I don't know. Yeah, all in all, just another slit in the wall, basically. Having no more jokes is better than just blowing some hot wind. Yeah, fair enough. We don't want to be blowing any jagged lines across the sand here, but, well, now I'm doing it, so there you go. Hello there. Nice parlor you got here. This is a bed? This looks more like one of those psychologist chairs. Oh, well, if you're rich, then I guess you could loaf around in bed. From what I understand, boredom is the biggest problem for rich people. Wish I had that problem. Well, the west side seems to have a little bit more money, so that might be why. Ah, that's why, because there's a different form of mafia on this side. Don Pianta is taking care of business over here. And I mean, fair enough that he does, because, well, here's Rogueport's train station back here, so if you don't take care of the place near the train station, it's kind of hard to have, you know, people come in from all over the place and actually want to be here, so... I mean, it's possible. I don't know if it's that possible, because there's a lot of stars in space, but, you know. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Oh, wow. Sure, why not? Oh, I need a ticket to get on. I thought it was free. Yeah, we don't have a ticket yet to get to Poshley Heights. We're gonna have to find one of those, later. So, much later, actually. Like looking at all the machinery, huh? Oh, yeah, fair enough. I mean, you could just, like, ride out on your cloud or something, but... Well, maybe we'll see him later. Oh, and they even got a blimp back here. Hi. It goes to Glitzville. Sure, why not? Let me guess. You need a ticket. Yeah, I don't have one of those, sorry. So, no train tour and no blimp tour for me today. We'll have to find tickets for those places, so... Yeah, the Cloud only has like 1 horsepower, so it probably wouldn't be able to keep up with the train very well. Nah, later. In a minute, let's go look around a little more. I didn't talk to this kid, did I? Or this other guy. Hi there. Ah, so this kid was thinking what I was thinking. Yeah, you could fall down that grate if you... Oh, okay. You can fall down that grate if you turn to paper mode, and it's dangerous, but also pretty worth it, so we'll be doing that in a minute. Sir, you have a gambling problem. You need some help. Just like Kumbella needs some help right now. Did I talk to this guy yet? It is pretty nice in this park, isn't it? Got a lot of greenery. Got this nice fountain. Got all these dandelions for me to sneeze at. Not bad. Hello, sir. Pianta Parlor, huh? Okay. I will not do anything funny then. Gotcha. You hope your jokes are the red sun over paradise. They're the red sun over my lifeblood, for what it's worth. Jokes are probably just some stains of time in the stream. No, no way. Gambler's fallacy, copium. Yeah, he's seething at the moment, that's for sure. How you doing? I get that. I'm glad you're on top of the world. This Goomba talks like I probably could talk if I lived in New York in the 50s. Oh, you can check your scores on this fancy Game Boy? Okay. Oh, okay, well. Man, that's a dysfunctional relationship if I've ever seen one. Yeah, so we can check the scoreboard for all these different games, but the only one we have access to at the moment is the plane game, so we'll have to check that out. Could probably play this, but I don't have any piantas. We gotta get some piantas first before we play that. Hi there. Yeah, instead of using coins, they use pianta tokens here, and it's a little bit of a ripoff because it takes 3 coins to get 1 pianta from the changer. And you can't change them back to coins, so you're gonna have to use them for something else. Hi there. I did get a member's card. Also, how do you know who I am? Maybe I'm the talk around town. I don't know. Cool. So yeah, we can now play the plane game if we come here. And we can also trade in our winnings for certain prizes. So let's take a look at our prize list. And yeah, she's right. You can't find some of the prizes anywhere else, and some of them are pretty good, actually. One of them that is really good is this cake mix. You'd be surprised, even though it's only 6 piantas, it cooks up into some pretty good recipes, so we'll probably try to grab a few of those eventually. You can also get super shrooms and maple syrups from here if you want. Power jump, which behaves like power smash, except it's a bounce. It's you use your foot. You got another super appeal here. By the way, I didn't mention this when we went to the shop last time. Super appeals do not work on stylish commands. It only works on the actual appeal command from the tactics menu. And that's why I never use it. So, because I usually don't use the appeal command very much at all. So, this is kind of nice though, refund. It refunds some coins if you use an item in battle. It can be useful. Again, I don't think it's terribly useful because you get so many coins in this game, it doesn't matter, so I don't really use it that much. But it can be useful. Probably early in the game is when it's most useful. You also got HP and FP+, which I don't use either because they're very expensive. And they also cost a lot of badge points to equip. So, anyway. I will trade in for something, but first, let's go to the plane game. Oh, we have to... 10 piantas to play? Holy hell, that's a lot of coins I'm going to be trading for. I think you get a bunch of them back, though, if you win. So let's check out the rules while we're here. Yeah, rules for the plane game, please. So yeah, you use plane mode, and you see how far you can fly out in the area. And the farther you fly, the more piantas you get. If you land on a bonus platform, you get a bonus. But try not to land on a penalty platform, because that sucks. So... And yeah, you can also collect piantas while flying around, so that's good too. Actually, I don't have any piantas, so I'll be back to do that in a minute. Let me grab some while I'm here. Nice to meet you. Wonder if any of these machines have nano machines. That's a good question. I don't know. No, we'll see. Or we won't. Trivia. Kitty Boo is a Playboy Bunny Boo in Japan. I don't know what Kitty Boo is, to be honest. That's an interesting factoid, though. Oh, Kitty Boo is the Boo here. Okay. I just thought about it because I'm like, wait, cat ears. Yeah, there we go. So she has bunny ears in Japan? That's interesting. I wonder why they changed it. I don't think they have any nanomachines. How they work is a mistral. Oh boy, we're getting to that point with these memes and these references, aren't we? I'll take 10 Piantas, please. We'll see how we do with the playing game, and I'll see if I can win some cake mix. Why not? Playing game, please. Thank you. All right, let's see how we do. Wish me luck, Goombella. Oh, you're going with me. Okay, fair enough. This will just be in my back pocket while we're at it. So yeah, here's the playing game. Don't land on the minuses because they are not very good for you. So here we go. Let's see how far we can get while also getting, you know, as many Piantas as we can. And trying to land on a bonus and not on that 10. Nah, close. Well, we went 326.24 units. I don't know what the unit measurement is here, but okay. Well, we got back our earnings and then some, so that's not bad. It's not quite first place, but I almost flew down to that one that was below me, so that might be why I lost a little distance. Let's try again. It's not a very good profit, this game, but I mean, it's interesting, and I guess you can get a high score, so I'll do it a few times if, you know, we don't lose Piantas, so. I don't quite know the exact science to flying the farthest you possibly can in this one, but I'll do the best I can. Oh, we're going to end up in that 15, aren't we? No, hang on. Hold on. There we go. High score! Perfect. Didn't get a ×2, but I'll take it. And yeah, we even earned a few Piantas while we were at it there. We're almost there. Basically, I just want to get up to the point where I have 6 so I can buy some cake mix, and we might get there, so. As sure as the monsoon, these jokes will end somewhere. Oh boy. Somewhere, sometime, one of these days. Alright, this is the last one, I think. We'll just try to, you know, earn enough Piantas to buy some cake mix, and then we'll go from there. I usually ignore the Piantas that they have out on the course unless I'm, like, right on top of them, to be honest. It's not really... this is not gonna go very... Okay. Aw. That ×2 came down just a little bit faster. We would have been in very good shape there, but that's okay. Alright, we earned a few. We earned one more than I need. Good. We'll go buy some cake mix. Not bad. Oh, and we even have a few extras that we can use for later, just in case. Yeah, I won't forget. Don't worry. It's kind of my job. My unofficial job. Okay, so now she'll mention this because I got the card before her little monologue here about me. Something like that, yeah. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. Let's trade in our winnings for some cake mix, shall we? Yeah, this cake mix is really good, especially once you start getting access to... when you can cook with 2 ingredients with Zesty, that's when it gets really good, because then there's a lot of different cakes that you can make, so... Incidentally... This isn't a very good security measure you got here, because I can just break right in, so... I mean, I could, if that's what you want to talk about, so... Okay, fair enough. I can do that, yeah. Was I? This is a very interesting conversation, sure. Favorite food is honey shrooms, alright. Well, I did, but... Maybe we'll come back and listen to her life story after I get high scores in all of the minigames. How about that? Oh, okay, thank you. She's very generous, considering I just inquired into her entire life story. Oh, boy. There's another star piece right there. Here's another one of these cracks in the wall. We're gonna have to do something about that eventually. I'm being quite a sundowner about these jokes. Maybe. Maybe I'm just sick of them. No. I don't know. And so begins our intimate relationship with a ghost teen. Yeah. Oh, boy. I don't know what Goombella is going to say about this one. Hi there. So, yeah, this is West Side Goods, and they've got some okay stuff here. I'll just check my points. Am I close to getting that first reward? I think so. Yeah, I am. Okay, cool. They sell life shrooms here, which is pretty nice. They sell for a lot of money, so they're a little bit difficult to get, but yeah, they're not too bad. These dried shrooms are actually going to be useful for a recipe later, so I may end up actually buying them. Even though they only replenish 1 HP, you can use them as a substitute for a regular mushroom in some recipes, and it's a little less expensive, so yeah. I might buy a Thunderbolt. Actually, I got that Fire Flower, didn't I? Yeah. Excuse me, I think that's all I'll need for now. We're good on everything else. And that's the west side of Rogueport. Is there anything else I want to do here other than go down the grate? I don't think so. You know what I do want to do before I go down the grate? I actually want to go and cook that cake mix with Zesty so I can show what we get for it. So. Yeah, this game has a lot of little saucy bits in it because, like, you got the ghost that runs the parlor there that you talk about her with her most intimate secrets. You got Goombella going into your back pocket when you sleep at an inn. Princess Peach going in the shower. There's a whole bunch of drug deals that you become a part of during the game, so it's definitely interesting, and they try to keep it as censored as they can so Nintendo doesn't get on their ass about it, but it's interesting anyway, seeing them do that, so. I'm not going to cook the Fire Flower. I think it cooks into a healing item, if I remember right, but I would rather use it for its actual attack, so let's cook the cake mix. The swirl item looks like a jet stream. Yeah, something like that, yeah. Dizzy Dial is probably pretty useful. It makes enemies dizzy, which makes them miss occasionally. So combine that with the Pretty Lucky, and it'd probably work pretty okay, but... Mario, why are you starting to look like Ron Jeremy? Oh, boy. Back up, abort mission! Let's see what we got from that cake mix. A moose cake. Nice. It replenishes 15 FP. That's actually really nice at the moment, because we won't have 15 FP until probably Chapter 4, if I'm being honest. So, I might even store that. I don't know how good an aged cake is going to be, but it might be okay. Hopefully I remember that I actually stored it later. So, I'd like to store this cake that I just got, please, and please don't eat it while you're at it. I wonder how much the Koopa Tea sells for. Might sell for more in Petalburg. Then again, they make it every day, so maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I guess I could hold on to it. It restores almost all of my FP at the moment, so. Journal is down, right? Yes. Does this have my troubles on it? It doesn't. I don't think it does, anyway. Well, that part definitely doesn't. So I guess you have to check your troubles from at the Trouble Center. We took Mayor Kroop's one, though, so that's where we're going to go now. And then we'll go from there. Oh yeah, I gotta remember when we go to Petalburg that I want to grab a horsetail on the way, because the reward from this quest actually gets us another turtley leaf. And you can cook both of those together to make a pretty refreshing healing item later on, so we'll see about getting that. Just so I don't have to keep going back and forth to Petalburg, basically, to get them. Goombella, we really need to work on your jumping ability. That's like you're supposed to be your defining feature, considering you head bonk enemies, but... I mean, Koops is jumping better than you at the moment. So... Alright, horsetail on the way, and then we'll go from there. Any one enemy on this path will actually give me the experience that I need to level up, though. So, I guess if I run into anything by accident. Because you always get at least one experience from a battle, so... Is this the one that I can whomp for? Yeah, it is. The horsetail. Alright, let's reset the screen, and then come back for it. Yep. Whoa, ha, hey, ho, ha. There we go. He thought I was just going to keep that up, but he was wrong! Do I need star points at this point? I think I still need... Yeah, I still need it a little. Now I don't, though. So that's good. Okay, weird. Want to see which degenerate joke you can make with Raiden's name? Oh boy, this ought to be good. Let's see what you got, Lifeblood. How much am I gonna groan from this one? Yep, there it is. I'm gonna groan from that one. Ha! Got me. Well, we leveled up, so that's good. What am I taking at this level up anyway? So this is the problem with having it in my notes the way that I do, is that it's all the way to the side here, so I have to pull it up on my notes, so... Taking HP at this level. Okay, good. Well, I'm right there, so let's take it. Probably more HP than I need at the moment, but, I'll be a little tankier than usual. No big deal. How many more times do I have to hit this anyway? I think it was at 4. I wonder if it resets after each battle. No, it does not. Good. Take that horsetail, thank you. And yeah, once we get the turtley leaf from this next quest, we'll store it with the horsetail. And then we will use it later, when we can actually cook it into something that isn't a mistake. I forget what this next one is, the last trouble that we're going to do, the one where we order an item. But we'll find out soon enough, and then we'll have no excuse as to putting off the next chapter. Not that I wanted to put it off, but you know. Hey, Koops is dead. What's up? I figured, yeah. Alright, let's go talk to the mayor, shall we? You have no more jokes. Your arm is not strong enough. Oh boy. I did get your request, yes. Yeah, I kind of figured. I would imagine some people don't want to visit you, which is sad. Sure, I'll relax. I've got some Koopa tea. Let's hang out and chat about stuff. Why not? Okay, sure. Yeah, but you never know. That could be a product of the time. That their attention span is short, because everything demands that their attention immediately, so that could be why they have such short attention spans. I don't think he wants to hear what I have to say about kids. I think he just wants to talk. So let's let him talk, shall we? Oh my god. Sure, of course. Oh good, Mario's sleeping, and Koops is gonna be there in a minute too. Oh, wow, yeah. Something like that, I guess. I don't know how much he appreciated it, but, you know. Yeah, maybe that's why you grew such bushy eyebrows, to keep the sun out of your eyes. Something like that. I don't know, where were we a minute ago? I wonder if Koops isn't falling asleep because he's had to do this multiple times, and so he doesn't want to, like, be an asshole to him, you know? Yeah, that's gonna work. Oh wow, she must have had a little bit of money if she could afford to go on a train. Something about her shell, huh? I can't remember at this point. That's that short attention span you were talking about. Yeah. Oh my god. I do get your point, yes. Nah, it was fine. Even though you don't think we have any attention span, right? I mean, I have a little bit of tea if needed, so... Oh, okay. Yeah, so he'll give you a turtley leaf for listening to him. And he's right, you can make some pretty good tea. Alright, sounds like a plan. I think I'll wait until I have a shortcut to come here before I talk to you again, but there you go. That's the trouble. Last trouble coming up. We'll just head back, and then we'll probably end up coming back here, so... You tried to make jokes with every boss theme and boss name, but you didn't have the Blade for Wolf, and none of your jokes were dry enough for Kempson. Well, I mean, you got Hot Wind Blowing in there, and you got I'm My Own Master now in there, so... Pretty close. Do I do this now, or do I do this... I think if I remember right... How many courage shells do I need for the next thing? Oh, of course, this, Oh, okay. I was going to say, this Nintendo Power Magazine doesn't tell me. It's 5. We need 5 courage shells, and I have almost no inventory space for them. That's okay. I can store stuff, so... Let's do this. We'll store. And let's store the turtley leaf. We'll store the horsetail. We'll bring those out later. I'll store the fire flower and the Koopa tea as well, because we're going to need 5 slots for these courage shells, so... And then we'll be good to go. Okay, now we should have enough space. Now we can buy these. I'm just going to buy these preemptively so I don't have to go back here to buy these, you know? So... Although I'm also going to get that mushroom reward out of this because I just got up to 10 points, so... That's cool. I'll have to put that away, too. That's okay. So I should be able to buy 4 of these now, right? Because I've just got a mushroom. You're proud you came up with all these jokes in this stream? No, it's good, Lifeblood. That was a lot of jokes for you to be coming up with on the spot, you know? It's quick thinking on the fly, so... Yeah, pure stand-up comedy, indeed. Alright, let's store that mushroom that we just got amongst all my courage shells that I now have. And then we'll buy 1 more, and then we'll head back. That's a little bit of cash out of my pocket, and to be fair, the item that we get out of this, it's not coins, unfortunately, so we can't just recoup the amount that we just spent, but, well, if I ever need to recoup the amounts I spend, I'll just go to the bad shop, you know? So. Alright, off we go. Head on back. Sorry, Mr. Goomba, I don't really need your help with experience at this point. You're so far below me that I don't even want to bother. You can chase me if you want, but I can't say I'm going to stop for you. Sorry. Alright, and back here we go. Excuse me. Wow, he was on top of that pipe and he still managed to jump over this gap. Coops, you are really... I don't know what you're... I don't know how much of a difference you're making here in terms of you versus Goombella. Usually, all of my partners end up falling in the water, but you're just a jumping maniac. How are we doing on star pieces anyways? I got 3. Is there anything I actually want from Dazzle for 3? I don't think so. Oh, we never went down the grate, did we? Well, we'll do that after we finish this trouble, and then we'll actually go do the plot after that. So, I'm okay with taking my time in this game, to be honest. I'm savoring all the moments I have with it, because it's, like I said, it was one of my favorite GameCube games growing up, so... And I don't imagine that's going to change. Alright, Plenty wants me to order an item. Our shop inventory is low, and I need someone to help me restock. Please come to the shop in Rogueport Square. Can do. Excuse me. Imagine if you find a joke for LQI-84. Yeah, that'll be either interesting or a really big stretch. We'll see. We'll see if you figure something out. Like, I don't even know how you'd, like... You'd have to use it for, like, pronouncing something, but... Yeah, I don't know. Are you Plenty, by any chance? No, you are not Plenty. So the shop's owner has got to be Plenty. Hello there. I did accept your trouble, yes. Oh, well, yeah, I can see that. I mean, don't exactly have a lot of Koopas around here to help with that, so... But yeah, we need to bring 5 courage shells, and I'm pretty sure I bought 5, so let's see. I did buy 5. Very good. So now we won't have to walk all the way back, which is good. Well, I did, so here's a 1. And 2. And a 3. And a 4. And a 5. Good. And our reward is an Ultra Shroom. Very powerful healing item. Restores 50 HP on its own. We won't need that anyway. Until... Actually, we'll never need that because we'll never need to restore 50 HP. I won't even have 50 HP in the end game, so... We did become a trucker anyway, yeah. We ended up trucking around after all. Oh well. What can you do, right? Let's withdraw that fire flower. I'll leave the mushroom in there as a raw ingredient because, I don't know, it makes more sense than storing a cooked ingredient like this or this. So, I'll have to take those out to use them. You know what? I'll actually take out the tea, the flour, and the cake, and we'll just use the tea and the cake in place of actually using Sweet Treat to restore our FP later when we actually move along with the plot here. So, yeah, I'll take the fire flower too. Thank you, because we won't be able to retrieve stuff from our stock before the next boss fight, so. Let's put these like that. Oh yeah, I gotta store the Ultra Shroom as well. Like I said, you can cook that into a really powerful healing item as well, and it's actually a healing item that I'm gonna cook it into eventually, because it's more... It gives us... It restores less HP than 50, but in exchange for that, it restores more, a little bit of FP. I think it restores 10 FP, in addition to restoring like 30 HP, if I remember right. And that's a little more our speed, because I'll have... My plan is to have 40 HP and 30 FP in the end game. And then like 45 BP, which is, I think, if I did my math right, that's like level 25 stats, so, yeah. Anything I can get from Charlieton that I'd actually want right now? Well, he replaced the Hammerman, unfortunately. He's got a dried shroom for the same price as before. He's also got a Mega Rush. And, yeah, nothing that I really care about. Let's see. We got a little bit of space, so... I wanted to make sure I had some space for any items that I decide to buy when we go down the grate, because going down the grate will get us to a different shop. But we have to get there first. And it's a little bit of a trip, so, well, not really, it's pretty quick, but if you fall, it's not quick. Okay, so, you see that guy down there with the spikes? That's a different kind of Spinia. He's a little tougher than regular Spinias right now, but, I mean, we can probably handle him. I think he has about the same HP, it's just you can't jump on him, but I'd prefer to not deal with him if I can. Yeah, there we go. If you do fall down, just try to get to this pipe right here, because this one goes back up to the surface. That one down there, I think, goes deeper into the sewers to a place where there's even tougher enemies, so really don't want to fall down there. So. Yeah, I had a feeling there was another one over here, because there was one behind the pillar, the other pillar, so. Well, then why is it a door, if it doesn't seem to open? Well, I'm new to these parts. I usually am up on the surface, but... Something like that, sure. Is that just how it is down here? Most people that are wanted up above ground, they just end up down here? Probably. Eddie the Mask, huh? I do know about stylish moves. Yep. Yeah, and that gets you lots of star power, so... Okay, sure. Right, and we've been doing that already, so... There is a badge that you can get that actually teaches you the timing of stylish moves if you want to. It puts a little exclamation point above your head when you when it's the correct time. So that's not bad to have, but I don't think I need it because I think I remember most of the stylish move timings. So sometimes it's not too hard to really figure it out either because it's like just hit it at a certain... Like there's certain points in your animation where it just seems like, oh, I could do a stylish right there, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, something like that. What kind of research are you doing? Well, I mean, that's what we do, so... So yeah, we're actually on the opposite side of the town over here, on the opposite side of this pillar, because there's Dazzle over there, so... I think if I remember right, there's something in the water on one of these sides. Yeah, here we go. What do we got in here? A Soft Stomp. This is another debuffing badge that you can equip. If you do it correctly, it reduces enemies' defense. Believe it or not, that's less useful than it sounds. And the reason why it's less useful than it sounds is because you can't reduce defense below 0. And most enemies have 0 defense to begin with, so yeah, it's not as useful as it could be. I mean, it's nice when enemies have lots of defense, and probably later in the game it's even nicer, but I'm not a big fan, so. Oh yeah? Yeah, I mean, I figure. And that's why I'm not going to take his advice just yet. Like what? Uh-huh. Yeah, that is a fair question, isn't it? Somebody didn't strap that cradle up good enough. Yeah, and you can use the hammer for defense piercing, yeah. You could pair it with Jumpman, yeah, because then you can't access your hammer. So, yeah, I did see that being a decent combo. Yeah, that's probably it, Cephiko. When you do them hundreds of times as a kid, your body just remembers, yep. The music synchronization of Metal Gear Rising boss fights is really good, and the first you've seen of something like that. Yeah, it is really good, isn't it? I enjoy it quite a bit. I've talked about it before, but I enjoy it quite a bit, so. Herb T's place, okay. Sounds like a plan. I don't need to enjoy myself that much, though. How many coins do we have? 99? Do I use 5 to talk to Wonky here? Howdy. I mean, I could say it really loud, but I don't want to pierce anybody's ears. I've already made Lifeblood's ears bleed today, so let's not. You know what? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, shall we? I will ask you something. The Z button? I know about the Z button, so never mind. I'll give you one more chance, Wonky. Okay, so is he just going to tell me about the Z button forever? Alright, fine. I already know what the Z button does, so I guess I won't be getting any of your advice because I ain't willing to pay 5 coins for something I already know. Here's where I really wanted to visit down here, though, is the item shop below ground, because they've got some really good stuff down here. They got slow shrooms, which act like the happy heart badge that we have. It gives you some HP recovery over time. This is gradual syrup, which does the same thing except for FP. We also got ultra shrooms and jammin' jellies, which are end game level healing items, but, well, obviously we can't buy them just yet because they're very expensive. And then you got gold bars and gold bars. I didn't really see the point of these gold bars when I was a kid, but from what I understand, you can basically use these to essentially turn your liquid assets, and by that I mean your coins, into solid assets that you can then store with the shopkeeper if you have too many coins. Because then you can just buy these, and then you can store them, you can sell them later when you need them, and then, you know, you still have money left over, basically. The ones down here that I really like are the slow shroom and the gradual syrup, though, because those are actually pretty good for recipe making. So we'll come down here and grab those later when we make some good food. Yeah, Plug's own ears. After all those puns, you wouldn't mind him suffering a teeny bit more. Oh, boy. Is this guy the Sheikah Stone from Ocarina of Time? He does look a little out of place in this game, doesn't he? So, yeah, so those gold bars, yeah, they're the bank. They let you buy them when you've got too much money on your hands and turn it into a little less than too much money on your hands. Anyway, just wanted to show that while we were here because there ain't a whole lot else to do down here. So let's get out of here now, shall we? Not even going to bother with that. I think they're called Spanias? The ones with the spines? I forget. But yeah, so this is where this takes you. It takes you to this pipe that was in the park, so if you ever need to get out, there you go. And I think that's it, right? I think we've done all the troubles, as far as I'm aware. And I've gone and shown off basically everything around, so I think we're done. We can go to actually do stuff now in the plot and try to get some more badge points so I can actually equip those pretty luckies that I got. Speaking of which, I might want to go to the badge shop, actually, so I can sell a few of the badges that I don't need. I usually don't sell badges in this game, but I might do it in this playthrough because, well, I don't really need them for anything, so. And if I want to buy Jumpman and Hammerman eventually, we're going to need to put a little money together, so, yeah. Let's see, anything I would want here? No, not really. I mean, Piercing Blow is nice, but I don't think I need it in particular for right now, so. Especially with Quick Change, Piercing Blow is kind of... Well, now, at this point in the game, Piercing Blow is nice because enemies that have lots of defense are kind of tough to take down unless you use an item at the moment. But later on in the game, specifically starting about midway through the next chapter, after Chapter 2, so in Chapter 3, you really don't need defense piercing all that much with Quick Change because you'll get a partner that can do defense piercing right away. Now, it costs FP to do, but... yeah, it's not really a big deal, so. Let's see, which one of these do I want to sell? Soft Stomp I might sell. I mean, I don't think we'll need Attack Effects R ever again, so I might sell that. Probably keep Power Smash. I'm never going to use Mega Rush P, so I will definitely sell that for 25 coins. That's fine. And I'll sell Close Call now that we have Pretty Lucky. A bunch of Pretty Luckies, actually, and those sell for 75 as well. Now, the nice thing about selling badges in this game, by the way, is that they become a part of the shop's stock when you sell them. So if you want to buy them back, you can buy them back. They cost twice what you sold them for, but you can still buy them back, so it's there. And I'm not sure if that means they can become discounted. I don't think so, but I'm like 99.9% sure you can just buy them once you sell them, so... Yeah, but I'm going to get rid of this Close Call. We don't need this, so... Excuse me. Yeah, for when you're the 1% and your wallet is too small, exactly, because they won't let you carry more than 999 today, so... Kind of nerfs the shop rotation pool since they're undesired. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fair, too, because if they end up on the shelf, I won't get a discount on them. I'm trying to think how many badges I need from the shop, now that you mention that. Let's see. I already got Last Stand and Sleepy Stomp. I'm going to get a Last Stand partner at some point. And I'm also going to get a Pretty Lucky partner, but that's not for a little while yet. That's the next chapter after this coming one. So, but after that, I really don't need any badges from the shop, so I guess I don't care that much. I mean, all I need is 200 coins total to get those, so yeah. I might sell a few more. I just don't like carrying around all these badges, you know, especially if I'm never going to use them. Let's see. Yeah, I'll sell this one, because I only need the one, so. And now we have a whole bunch of money. No, I'm good. See, I don't know if this is a good idea, a bad idea, or in between. We'll see later. When I, you know... If I'm hurting for this stuff, so... Oh yeah, it does add them. Yep, there you go. So this Pretty Lucky... It's not normally in here at this point, so... You can buy them now. We got Close Calls. We got a few other things. These are the ones that are not on the shelf at the moment that they have available, so... Simplifier and Unsimplifier are kind of interesting, though, because like they'll make action commands have a different window of opportunity for you to get them, but you'll earn less or more star power depending on how you do it. An Unsimplifier might not be a bad idea for later when I know the commands like the back of my hand, so... I mean, I guess I kind of do at the moment. So, maybe I'll think about that one, actually, because that might not be a bad... Actually, you know what? I just got all that money from selling these badges. I'll buy one right now just for the hell of it. I didn't plan on equipping this, but it might not be too bad. And yeah, it only cost the 1 BP to do, so maybe I'll give that a shot. Yeah, I mean, 1 BP isn't going to break the bank, I don't think, so... We'll see. We'll see if I use it. I don't think you can get that for a while, though, if you don't get it now, so... Now let's sort my stuff now that I got it, so... I could even sell this, too, because, like I said, I don't think I'm going to use it ever, but... I don't know. Like I said, getting money in this game is really easy, so... You don't even need to sell badges, and you can still max out on money pretty easily, so I don't know if I want to sell too many of them. Maybe just duplicates and ones that are basically redundant. Maybe that's what I'll sell. So, we'll see. It's just a pain to go through all your items, you know. But it's not that much of a pain where I'm like, well, I don't want anything except what I'm equipping, you know? It's like, okay, but what if I need them for something, you know? You never know when you'll need them for a separate strategy. Alright, well anyway, we did all the troubles, we looked at everything in Rogueport. Let's go down and see what's up with that, Did Professor Frankly tell us what the residents of Boggly Woods are called? If he didn't, they're called Punies, and that's what that one thing was that went into that little hole, so... We'll see. Yeah, it's a real pain, don't you know? Yeah, something like that. I don't know if that was Minnesotan. That sounded a little more Canadian than Minnesotan, but yeah. Something like that. I suppose my accent could be close-ish to Minnesota. I live on the other side of the Great Lakes from Minnesota, but from what I understand, a lot of people that live in the Northeast and Midwest to people who live outside of those areas sound very similar. I don't know how true that is, but... let's bring Goombella in, because she was the one that saw this guy before, so... Hey there, friend. not run. I don't want you to run away. I'm not trying to be a dick here. I just want to have a chat. What makes you think I'd eat you? You don't even look that tasty. No. I guess again, nerd. No, we're not bullies. Yes, for real. Please don't. I don't need... This isn't my place to clean up, but I am not gonna clean that up. Yeah. Fair question. Well, a professor told me about your race, so... The X-Nauts? No, I did not chase you here. Don't have an accident. That's not us. Slow down. Yeah. Take a breath and let us know what's going on. Yeah, Pikmin? Indeed. Probably pretty close, yeah. They're just not standing as upright as Pikmin are, so... Oh, did they? Okay. Whoa, yeah, that's not good. Well, you may have found it, because... Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they did have those X's on their uniforms, so... Okay, well... Well, that's probably for the best. If you did, they probably would have gotten there even earlier, but... I mean, I don't know if you have the authority to even tell me that you can do that, but hey, if it helps, I'll take it. And no worries, we are X-Nauts. Not X-Nauts, X-Nauts. Sir, I don't understand what you're saying. You're saying the same word. No. It's like that one kid who says, how do you say dire hit in Pokemon? It's like, kid, I can't hear you. I'll help you. Let's go to Boggly Woods. I gotta go there anyway, so... Yeah, so we'll help you while we're at it, and we'll kill two birds with one stone. So this is Punio, and he's going to be with us for a little while. He's not a party member, he's more of a guest, but yeah, he'll be with us for a little while because, well, he needs to guide us through Boggly Woods. Okay. So let's head over there. We'll just ignore that badge for now, it's not worth it. And actually, it probably isn't too bad if you're not too good at Super Guard timing. Or if you don't like using Sweet Treat. Oh, there's a secret entrance. Ah, there we go. Yeah, now we can head off to the right of the wall there so we can go see where Punio is. Or we can go to the left through this little secret passage. It's not so secret, but it's there, and get damage dodge. So what this does is basically it gives you an extra defense if you use the guard command when you're, well, guarding in battle. Instead of having one defense, you'll have two. So that's not bad. Actually, I don't think that's technically true because it even reduces the damage from defense ignoring attacks like Hooktail's Fire Breath, so yeah. Yeah, Punio, wherefore art thou, Punio? It's one of your old favorites because you're not much of a super guarder. Yeah, and I mean, that's fair. It's pretty good if you're not really going to use a lot of super guarding, so. I don't remember if it stacks, but it might, so we'll see. Alright, you can come with me. We can check for star pieces and not find any. Let's go to Boggly Woods. So we've found our destination, but will we be able to take back the crystal star from the X-Nauts that are trying to find it? We'll find out in Chapter 2, The Great Boggly Tree. I actually kind of dig the aesthetic here because it's all in black and white like that. It's just really interesting looking. It looks like another world, basically. So... yeah, it gives you that sort of boggling, mind-boggling effect because it looks nothing like anywhere else we've been, that's for sure. Or anywhere else we'll go. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Let's go see everybody, including the elders, so we can see if we can get those X-Nauts out of there. By the way, if you jump in these flower patches, it throws flowers everywhere. Nothing too substantial, but it's kind of cool. It's a nice little effect. But yeah, I really like the contrast of colors here, where it's like the black and white in the background, and then on the ground you got like almost a rainbow spectrum of color for the grass. It's a really nifty looking area. Yeah, it does. It kind of gives me a bit of Psychonauts vibes, yeah. I've only ever played Psychonauts once, and I played it for the stream, but it does. It looks very, like... It has that sort of psychedelic effect to it, with, like, that dreamscape feeling to it, you know? Might be why the music here sounds so, like, dreamscape-esque. So... Uh-oh. Shadow Sirens. I mean, we don't know what they look like at the moment, but... They don't look like, helpful customers. And they do want to find me, and they also want to steal the map and the crystal stars, so that's not good. That is bad, my dear Vivian, and that's why we're evil. Oh. Well, I guess I better prepare for a boss fight then when I walk forward. What you got there, sis? Oh. Huh. Somebody lost their pearly... I was gonna say pearly whites, but they're pearly orange, aren't they? Or pearly yellow? Eh. Isn't that the point? Aren't you supposed to be evil? Whatever. Anyway. Oh, they even gave them a sketch of me. Oh, boy. Let's hope that they know how to draw, or don't, because if they don't, then... Well, we probably could sneak past. Oh. Something tells me this Beldam lady likes throwing Vivian under the bus, and I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, hello there. I get the feeling Marilyn knows what's up here. Unfortunately, she doesn't exactly have solid communication skills. I don't think it's a game. I think Marilyn actually knows that I'm Mario and can't tell you because she doesn't have good communication skills. Oh my god. I mean, you're acting like a child right now, Beldam, so... Oh my god. Well, that's not very nice. What a bunch of jackasses. I mean, mostly Beldam, but you know. That's an interesting sight, I suppose. Are you okay? That's a fair question. Hi. Gah, indeed. Not saying gah, huh? At this point, Banjo would be ashamed. I'm pretty sure you do, but fair enough, whatever. Oh, hello. Even the enemies are black and white around here, so let's take a look. Hi. Yeah, you're gonna want to womp those guys, because otherwise they can chomp on you. And that's no good. I don't think I need, yeah, I don't need star points at the moment, so... Alright, we got a couple of new enemies, so let's have Goombella do a little tattling and see what we got. A pale piranha, huh? Let's check it out. So that is a pale piranha. You know about these guys, the famous piranha plants. This colorless subspecies is adapted to boggly woods. Ah, the wonders of nature. It's kind of cool, actually. Max HP is 4, attack is 2, defense is 0. If you try to jump on them, they'll totally chomp on you, just like they always do, so don't do that. In the meantime, I probably should have Earth Tremored, because that guy in the back has a lot of defense, but... And then I would have gotten this next turn and, you know, been sad, but oh well. You can super guard him, though, so that's kind of nice. Let's see what kind of defense he's rocking here. Yeah, is that the famous Smash character Piranha Plant? Some sort of variant, probably, yeah. We got a Cleft here, a rock-headed jerk with spikes on his noggin. What a rocker, indeed. Max HP is 2, attack is 2, defense is 2. That hard head is a major pain. Fire doesn't hurt it, but other types of items are pretty effective usually. If nothing seems to work on it, you can always just run, or use Earth Tremor, as the case might be. In my case, I want to use Koops, but, well, I don't have access to him at the moment, so I guess we'll just test our new special move, Earth Tremor. Let's give it a shot, shall we? Press A with perfect timing. So line it up with the cursor, and you'll get a point of damage every time the star grows, I guess. It's getting kind of big, actually. Okay, Mario, that's enough. You can stop now. We gotta go all the way. You don't understand? We gotta go all the way. If you get the command perfect, in exchange for 2 star points, you do 6 damage to all enemies, even airborne ones, so that's pretty good, actually. It's a lot more damage than we can do with most things at this point, so... It does take all your star power, though, so that's... it's not the best, but yeah, we'll make it work. So. Yeah, see, if you watch your character there, that's how you know when to whomp him like that, because you can see the pixel that he actually enters your character's pixels, and that's when you hit him. It's a good thing we upgraded Koops first, because now he has enough attack power to actually pierce cleft defense. He only does 1 damage, but it's enough. Alright, now we got piranhas. And we'll take care of this guy. Oh, nice. Even got some damage out of it. I don't know how to super guard this guy, though, so... I'll just, you know, not dodge, I'll just guard it. And especially with Koops, you can afford to guard it because he's got that innate 1 defense, so that helps. He's not a bad tank. Again, I just don't like using him as a tank when there's airborne enemies around because he has a bit of a hard time with them. It's your best friend in early pit of 100 trials runs? Yeah, for sure. It definitely helps out. Especially if you go there, like you said, early in the game, where it's like Chapter 1 or Chapter 2. Because that's some solid damage that you'll get out of it. So, that is 4 Piranha Plants. That's quite a lot. These dull bones didn't give me any star power either, so I guess I'll just Power Shell. Go get him, Koops! Oh, I missed the second input. That's okay. Let's see, we got a honey syrup. I need to use this Koopa tea and moose cake and then that extra honey syrup eventually. I want to keep the fire flower for the next mini-boss fight, so we'll see what we can do with that. But later. For now, let's just keep building our stylish back up. With those guys, you kind of want to wait for that sound effect, the ooh sound effect of them biting you, to end. Like, basically, at the end of that sound effect, that's when you want to guard, so... There's probably also some super guard timing you can do with it, but again, I'm not very good at that, so... Certain enemies in this game, usually airborne ones, I'm good at super guarding, but when it's not an aerial one, it's kind of hard for me, so... It's okay, though. Alright, so stylish is useless in battles with dull bones as your audience, got it. I probably knew that, but I just didn't remember it, so... You might be able to shake these trees to get something as well, but... I don't know. I just like frolicking in the flowers. That pipe has a little hole in it. Oh yeah, it is a very big tree, isn't it? So that's the great tree, huh? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, you got a few neighbors in there. I mean, it is a big enough tree, I would imagine you'd have a few of those. Excuse me. Alright, so let's follow... Punio over there. There's an inn coupon there. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up at the moment because I don't really need it. There's no inn in here if I remember right. There might be one in the tree though. I don't remember exactly, but maybe there is. It'd be kind of weird if they gave you one and there wasn't an inn in the tree. Because like, what am I going to do? Use it when I go back to Rogueport? But I don't know. We'll see. That's just running water, right? It's not a star piece? Yeah, it's not a star piece. Oh, okay. Well, we can go up there. I was trying to go back here to look for more star pieces, but I suppose I don't have to now that I've, you know, kind of gotten all the ones that I care about getting. There is this back here, though. An FP Plus badge. Increases your max FP by 5. It's very expensive to equip, though. Well, not that expensive, I guess. Or I should say it the right way. Very expensive to equip. But, I mean, it's the same as HP Plus, I guess. It's 3, so... Eh. I don't know. Not that big of a fan of it, but it's there. Alright, what's up, Punio? What do we got going on here? You guys didn't install this door, did you? Oh, okay. So probably the X-Nauts installed this on their way in. Yeah, I don't know if I can smash that down at the moment. Think, Punio, think. We need a brain blast at the moment. There we go. What's he got? Let's follow him and find out. Whoop. There we go. Oh, really? A secret entrance, huh? Oh, boy. There's a caveat. Yeah, fair. Probably won't. Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't it normally be made for you guys instead of for us anyway? So the only person in here that could find it would probably be you. An invisible thingy, huh? Okay. Really, yeah. Who's Flurry? And what kinds of powers does she have? Oh, very dignified lady, huh? Okay. So you think that her wind could knock away this invisible thingy that's keeping the door from, yeah, being opened. Okay. I mean, yeah, what's the worst that she can say, no? I mean, I don't know what we'll do about the X-Nauts if she says no, but fair enough. Okay, so now we gotta go out to the other side of the Boggly Woods. Basically, we have to go to the right of the pipe that we came in from, so. Meanwhile, hundreds of feet away, I mean, I guess if you like seclusion. She's got a very colorful house for a place that's black and white, though. I'm glad she likes her house location, though. Sounds like she used to be some kind of actor or something. Interesting. Well, fair enough. They say that you should try to age gracefully. Maybe she is. I mean, she's behind this door. I can't tell at the moment, so. Well, I mean, maybe you could take a shortcut. I think there is a shortcut pipe around here somewhere, but we can't access it just yet, so. Later. I mean, weren't you an actress for the ages before this? Isn't that why you needed to take a break? I'm confused. Oh, okay, fair enough. How does a wind spirit apply makeup, anyway? I feel like it would just phase right through you. Uh-oh. She lost something, but what could she have lost? She didn't tell us, so I guess we'll have to find out later. Alright, so I'm going to leave that in coupon where it is on the foreground there. And we'll come back and pick it up if there is, in fact, an inn in the tree, so. Okay, sounds like a plan. Let's head off to Flurry's place then, shall we? And yeah, there's a little bit of screen to go through before we get there, but that's okay. That's a cleft. This is a pipe. Goodbye, cleft. I have pipe. Can I get into the background from here? I don't remember. Maybe if I go like this. Nope. Duh. Oh, this is gonna suck, actually. I just jumped on a cleft. Ow! I don't have Spike Shield yet. I can't do that. Okay. Let's see. What do we do here? Well, we got to take care of the cleft, but I'll do that in a little bit, actually. How about we Sleepy Stomp the Dark Puff? I don't even know if I can do that, but okay, yeah, he sleeps. Good. Very good, because now I can take care of the clefts, and then I can tattle the puff on the next turn, so. And we can keep building our stylish while the toads are here. It's good. And there goes the cleft. Very good. And, yeah, now we'll get Goombella out here. Actually, let me get her out here first so she can tattle right away. Just so I don't accidentally wake him up. I don't remember how much HP he has anyway, so. Or I should say they. I don't know if this cloud even has a gender. Yeah, crowd control and cloud control. Indeed. It's like the puns make themselves around here. That's a dark puff. It's basically a tiny, mean thunderhead. Max HP is 3, attack is 2, defense is 0. Sometimes it'll charge itself with electricity, and it basically then it gives itself the electrified status ailment when it does that. The nice thing about it, though, is that usually when it charges itself, it floats down, which allows you to hit it with your hammer or with Koops' shell, so... Hey, Cole, how's it going? Speaking of electricity, why is your electric blanket so comfy? I mean, it's an electric blanket and you're in a cold room, so you do the math. But yeah, we don't want to touch it when it's electrified because that would hurt. You know what I mean, right? Bzzz, how shocking! After it charges itself, it'll totally zap you with lightning. Beat it as fast as you can. And its lightning attack is pretty powerful, so we definitely want to do exactly that. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to use this opportunity to get a mushroom from that guy, thank you. And then after that, I'm going to use the opportunity to use... I'll use the Koopa Tea. How about that? I could use a quick drink. Raid is canceled, so now you're just dying of boredom. Oh boy. Perfect time to level Sage, isn't it? Actually, that guy's down on the ground, so we can... Oh, another mushroom? Actually, I don't need that, so... You guys keep it. Thank you, though. Yeah, when they get that exclamation point over their heads, that means they woke up, so... You want to try to be a little careful with that, but there you go. We've been bonking a lot today, basically. Oh, hey, Punio. But yeah, we've been bonking a lot today, so it's been going pretty good. Let's see here. I can get Koops out because of quick change pretty quickly, so... Thankfully, the Cloud does not immediately, like... charge and like immediately deal damage to you when he does, so that's not bad. Let's see, so we'll take care of the mini dude in the background. I don't want to get mini Mr. Mini. I almost just belly flopped on top of that cleft. Good thing that's not how that works. So take care of that. See, now he's charged with electricity, so we can't jump on him. So that's no good. And he didn't even float down. What a jackass. Oh, now what do I do? Well, I mean, the cleft I can take care of, but... I guess we just wait for the cleft to do his thing. You know what I could do is I could, I mean, I could just Earth Tremor, I guess. That'll do the job. I was gonna bring, like, Koops out and use a Shell Shield, do all that stuff, but... Not using my SP for anything, so I might as well just do this. I think this is defense piercing, by the way, this attack, so that would make sense, right? Since it did 6 to the cleft the last time. I think we got enough now to actually kill it, so if I miss a command, that's okay. Yeah, see, there you go. That's usually where I tend to mess up, is on that last one, so... I can reliably get 5 damage out of Earth Tremor, which is still more than we get out of most things at this point, so... Alright, well anyway. We got so many coins, I don't even know what I'm going to do with all of them at the moment. I mean, buy badges, obviously, but, you know. Oh, Punio's stuck somewhere. What does this do? Goombella, pick up the star piece. That will raise up our platform there. And we'll grab another star piece. Punio, down here. He's so confused. Yeah, buy gold bars and invest in stocks. Yeah, probably, actually. That's probably not a bad idea. So, get them stonks. Get them shine sprites. We got 2 now, right? I think we're almost to the point where we can upgrade Goombella. So that's good. Alright, well, let's go to Flurry's house first before we decide to upgrade anybody. So, if I can make it there. There we go. Good. And what's in here? Ah, Quake Hammer. A very solid move. I like that one quite a lot. It basically solves your problem that you have currently with Clefts if you equip it, because it allows you to use Quake Hammer for 3 FP, which damages all ground enemies and pierces their defense. So, yeah, Clefts will be a thing of the past when this is when we use that. At the moment, I don't need it because we can just Super Guard and have Koops fight them, but we'll be equipping that probably as soon as we level up because I'll need the extra damage from it. And I got a few things I need to go store, I think. The mushroom and the honey syrup specifically. I guess I could just use them, though. How are we doing anyway on our stuff? I'll use that mushroom when I take more damage the next time. Like, right now. Wasn't quite quick enough on the trigger finger there. That's okay, though. Alright, let's see here. I could Sleepy Stomp somebody. I will Sleepy Stomp somebody, actually. Because that'll leave him incapacitated for a little while. And give me some time to buy the farm with this guy. Yeah, missed the super guard timing for that one. That's okay. Gives me an excuse to use that mushroom and honey syrup, right? Now, is it worth it to put a 3 HP enemy to sleep? I mean, with these guys, I can see it because I don't feel like getting thunderbolted. So, it's really just a means of crowd control. And we've used sleep on this stream to quite good effect in several of the RPGs we've played so far, if I remember correctly. I can at least say that we used it to good effect in Final Fantasy I, so... And it's useful in a few other Final Fantasies as well, so see what we can do with it. Oh, okay. So we'll go check that out. We can heal here if we want, but why? I don't need no healing. I will grab this Volt Shroom. I thought that was a star piece for a second. So that gives you the electrified status that you've seen the Cloud use at this point. So I'm going to use these now because I'm running low on inventory space. That's going to become a bit of a trend, unfortunately. We won't be getting a means of keeping our inventory space a little more sorted until probably Chapter 6. Because you can increase your inventory space, but it requires you to go into the Pit of 100 Trials and do a few things down there, so... We will, don't worry, but not just yet. No start piece at the end of this? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was going to say, I think there was one around here somewhere. Well, anyway, let me take a drink before we go into Flurry's place. Does she have a Shine Sprite in her house? I thought there was one in there, because I remember being able to upgrade before you go into the Great Tree. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I do have a list right here, so let's take a look. No, there is not one right here. There's a few inside the Great Tree, though, so we should have enough by the time we're done in the Great Tree to upgrade everybody in our party, so that's good. Oh, let's go visit Madame Flurry, shall we? There is a save point in her house, though. Distinctly possible. How does a wind spirit walk, anyway? But, I mean, I get what you're saying. She could be out for a little fly, a little hover, a little stroll. Stroll would have the same problem as walking, but that's okay. You get the point. No, nothing back there. Or back there. Alright. Any chance you're home? We need a little favor from you. Oh, okay. I don't know what the problem is, but I don't want to intrude. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Wow. I'm surprised she managed to... I mean, we haven't seen any of the other punies just yet, so... But I'm surprised that she was able to distinguish him just by the sound of his footsteps. That's interesting. She must have been living here for a while. You get that sort of memory stuff from living in some place for a long time. Especially if you're, like, in tune with the senses and nature and everything, and I would imagine she is since she's a wind spirit. Seems like you two have a decent relationship. Oh, excuse me. So we're trying to get in the secret entrance, if it's distinctly possible. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have called you on the phone, but all my phones are stuck inside the Great Tree, so... Uh-oh. What seems to be the problem? Oh, okay. Your favorite fashion item, huh? I mean, I get the idea. I've worn accessories in video games for the better part of half of them, so... Usually I don't go out without my favorite accessory either, so... Oh, okay, fair enough. It does kind of complete her look, thinking about it, so... Alright, so we find this necklace, and then we will be able to have her help. Actually, yeah, necklace. I think so, actually. Yeah. Okay, I mean, that doesn't seem like it'd be too bad. We'll probably have to beat up the Shadow Sirens to get it, but be okay. Yeah, I guess that is the word that usually precedes my name, so sure, I'll do it. Alright. Nah, you're good, Madame Flurry, it's fine. It's probably gonna have to take these Shadow Sirens to the cleaners eventually anyway, so I might as well do it now rather than later. Alright. Off we go. I think if I get Earth Tremor perfectly, we should be able to take out one of the Shadow Sirens in a single turn, actually, because I'm pretty sure one of them has like a low-ish HP total. But we'll see. I don't even know if items affect them, though, to be honest, because they're all fairly magical in nature, so they might even be immune to most magical effects. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, you did have the sketch. Great. These people have really dysfunctional relationships with one another. Ah. Oh my god. I'm being swooned at by somebody who emotionally abuses their sisters. What the hell? Yeah, you think? Marilyn's like, that's what I've been trying to tell you! Oh, great. She's throwing Vivian under the bus again. God damn it. I do feel bad for this lady. Like, what the hell? It's not even remotely right. Oh my god. That's what I'm saying. Wow, what the hell, lady? Okay, but you're just stacking it on at this point. Like, what makes you think that she's gonna do any of that now? Man, that's where I'd be insolent. I'd be like, nah, fuck you. I'm going for a walk. But Vivian apparently doesn't know how to stand up for herself, so... yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. So... alright, now do I use the Volt Shroom now, or do I wait until the boss fight to use it? I guess I use it in the boss fight. That would probably make the most sense, right? But we'll see. How about a multi-bounce? Then we can get rid of that guy with the mushroom in the back. I didn't get any stylish off of that. Oh well. I must have hit it a little too early. Okay, so he has electrified himself, but that's okay. He has 0 defense, and I have a hammer! There we go. Easy as that. I wonder if we'll get enough star points by going through the woods backwards to get a level up out of the Shadow Sirens. We'll see. When you were a youngin' without back problems, you used to think the blushes they have on were their eyes. I mean, yeah, I guess I could see it. They don't have any irises, though, if they are their eyes, so... but, I mean, I could see it when you're younger, you know? So... Cleft. And the guy in the back. Sleepy Stomp time. Okay. That takes care of that. Let's see about taking care of that Cleft. We don't have Quake Hammer just yet, but we can get Coops out for that, so it's fine. I'll just have to Super Guard properly. And that was not a proper Super Guard. You know what I could also do is I could use the Volt Shroom and then just, you know, go from there, but let's see. How about I just get rid of the Dark Puff? That seems like a better plan. And then let's get Koops out and let him do the 1 damage. I saw the 2 stars in the corner. I was like, oh boy. Well, it's okay. If we max out on star power, we're already there, so... yeah, I didn't even get it anyway. There we go. Got him. Easy! Okay, well, Punio caught up. Good. Got a few flowers out of that. That's not too bad either. Koops, get him! Probably should have just fired Koops at him, but I I don't know, I just press B instinctively. Oh, hang on, we'll get a little damage out of it. Yep, there we go. We'll lose an audience member while we're at it, but at least the dark puff in the background is hurting a little bit. Hey, Piece of Yoshi, how's it going? Welcome back. Game sucks, play Royal. Fair enough. I will file that under the advice column. How you doing? Welcome back. Yes, but does Persona 5 Royal have breakdancing Koopas? That is my question to you. Heretic! No, it's fine. Piece of Yoshi's just being Piece of Yoshi. It's all good. Is there a save point between here and the Shadow Sirens? I don't think so. Oh, there's the in coupon. Again, that I'm not using. I just like frolicking in the woods, I'm sorry. No, but Persona 5 Royal doesn't have a piss-irritating final dungeon. Fair enough. I don't remember the final dungeon of this game that much, if I'm being honest, so... maybe I'll figure it out eventually. Do I want to use a moose cake over 9 FP for 1? Not really, no. Okay, well, let's go then. Oh yeah, that's right, this guy's here. I forgot about that. Where'd he go? Hello? Oh, there you are. Repressed memories is your guess? Oh boy. Probably. Yo, same. Well, we'll see when we get there. I'm not too concerned about it yet. Well, I'll be using the moose cake after this, because I'm about to power shell these fools. I don't need no stylish at the moment, so... and then... oh, that's not good. See, the problem here is that we have 2 poison mushrooms on the slots there, which could be a bit of an issue coming up in about 2 seconds here. Because knowing my luck, I will get it right on this one. There we go. Just mash the A button so that it doesn't end up being the poisonous one. Like, if the wheel starts on the poisonous mushroom, it's pretty easy because you can just mash the A button and then it'll immediately stop on not a poison mushroom. So just don't let it turn, because the longer you let it turn, the harder it is to actually get it to stop on not a poison mushroom, I find. So, yeah, sure, why not? You're right, P5R's final dungeon just has redacted. Yeah, see, Cole knows about the final dungeon of P5R because he's played the whole game, but he can't tell me because I haven't played it yet, so... getting pretty good at that super guard, aren't I? Well, we need Koops for this part. We'll be doing another power shell. So I'll get rid of the cleft, and also do good damage to the piranha. And I didn't need that. I'm just showing off at this point. See? Hey, you know what would fix that? Playing Royal. Piece of Yoshi, you have someone in your corner. Cole also wants me to play P5R. I have not yet done so, but he would like to see it happen. So. Let's see. Highlight my message. Play Royal. So... Shroom Fry would heal me all the way, wouldn't it? Oh, no, it wouldn't heal all my FP. Okay. Well, Moose Cake it is. Let's see how good of a cook Zesty is. As it turns out, Zesty's a pretty good cook. Look at all that FP. Well, now you gotta. Wishful thinking, I guess. Well, hello. Unfortunately, Cole has already put up a stream suggestion, and that was Skies of Arcadia. So his suggestion there is a moot point. And to be honest, at the moment, I'm not even doing stream suggestions, so, like, I am planning on reopening that eventually. It's just, I want to get through some of the ones I have on the list currently before I reopen that. So. Because I got a whole bunch of games on that list, and I haven't played most of them yet, so. You want to see Skies of Arcadia, Cefico? Don't worry, should be coming up pretty soon. I'm planning on playing something in between this and Skies of Arcadia. But yeah, that'll be coming up pretty soon. It'll be the last GameCube project that I do, so. And that's probably... So this game will probably take a couple months to beat. And then the next games that I play in between will probably take about 5 or 6 weeks. So we're talking like 3-ish, 3.5 months before then. But we'll be getting to it. Don't worry. We got some long games to play before that, but it's fine. All right, are we ready? Excuse me, I think we're ready. I got shroom fries, fresh juice, a volt shroom, and a fire flower, so I think we're good. I should probably get Goombella out, because she can tattle, but I don't know if I want to... Because if I get the proper Earth Tremor, I can KO one of the Shadow Sirens, like, right away. So we'll get her out, and if I don't get all the damage I want out of, what's it called, out of Earth Tremor, then I'll have her tattle. But if I don't, if I do get the proper amount of damage out of it, then I'll go from there. This game isn't that long. Yeah, I might be overestimating PC Yoshi. I'm planning on doing all the troubles in the game, so that might add like a stream at the end, because there's a couple that only unlock in the post-game. But yeah, you might be right. It might not be that long. So I haven't played this in like 10 years, so I'm making a rough estimation, and I'm probably wrong, so... Just tattle first, but that puts her on the front line. She only has 10 HP. I gotta save her life. Skies is about to be lit, Cole. I'm looking forward to it. If you think that me not playing this game for 10 years is a long time, wait until we get to Skies of Arcadia. I haven't played that game since 2006. Holy shit, it's been 16 years. Where did the time go? I mean, I didn't come here looking for you. I came here looking for something else, and you know what that is already, but... Anyway. Yeah, that's kind of strange, especially since, you know, we walked right past you a few minutes ago. She'll live. I mean, you're probably right. So. Yeah, looks in the mirror. Why did I get all gray hair? Oh, boy. Oh, will you now? I'd like to see you try. Well, they're probably working for the X-Nauts, who, you know, just so happen to be, you know, on our trail, too. Who are we? Well... Oh, Lord, she talked! The 3 Shadow Beauties? Something don't seem right. Hang on. Hold up! Wait a minute! Something ain't right. Oh, it is the Shadow Sirens. Okay. Oh my god. But Beldam, the spotlight was on me. There was too much pressure! I just wanted us to sound cool. Old. Yeah, indeed. It's like that guy in SpongeBob just saying bald over and over. Or no, that was SpongeBob saying bald over and over again. The guy I'm thinking of is the guy whose eyes are burning. That's what it is. Cries in redacted trans representation. Yeah, wasn't Vivian's pronouns like they, them at some point? And she was trans, and then they went in an interview, like it was nebulous. They didn't say one way or the other, and then they went in an interview and they said, no, she's female. And it's like, what? Like, come on now. Fossilize us. Indeed. One of these days, Cole. One of these days we'll all fossilize. How about you save that punishment for the battlefield? And, you know, actually fight me instead of fighting her. I'm telling the enemies to not be confused and hit each other. I must feel really bad for Vivian. Oh my god. Alright, Goombella, we gotta take it to these guys because I'm sick of listening to Beldam talk. Intelligence systems, please. Indeed. Hey, Dark Chip Scrub. I don't think you're a scrub for what it's worth, but how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yo, what? Paper Mario and the Ancient Gateway? Yeah, something like that. I think my copy's a bootleg copy, though, because mine says 1000-Year Door on it. Maybe I got it as like from a knockoff store or something. I don't know. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're fighting the Shadow Sirens for the first time, so that is the plan. And I'm going to try to take care of one of them in a single turn if I can. If I've ever played Mega Man Battle Network 4 or 5, The only one that I've ever played is one of the ones on the GameCube. I don't remember which one, but I think it was one of the older ones on the GameCube. I think there's a few, actually, on the GameCube. So... And I didn't really play very far into it. We had it when I was a kid, and I didn't play too far into it, so... Oh no, that's not a good sign. I played the bad one. Okay, so my plan of action here is Earth Tremor, and then if we get 6 damage out of Earth Tremor, I'm going to use a Fire Flower, and that should take care of Beldam in 1 turn. We'll see. Let's find out if I can do this good. If not, I'll just Tattle. It's fine. We'll get rid of Beldam next turn. Gotta make sure I do some proper breathing, though. Don't want to hold my breath here. The lack of oxygen will not help. No, I pressed it too much. I was close. I tapped A one too many times. Well, it still did 5 damage, so that's not bad overall. Alright, let's Tattle on Beldam, because she'll go down first, and then we'll take care of the other 2. You can probably pinpoint why the trans thing was censored, though. I mean, in 2005, wasn't that kind of like video game developers were kind of like, oh no, that's taboo, we can't have them having that because people don't like that. It's like, come on. It was network transmission, Battle Network 1.5, only dubbed in Japanese, and it's a platformer like classic Mega Man. It was almost like Capcom was still discovering exactly what they wanted Battle Network to be. Okay, so that was the one that I played, gotcha. I don't think I ever beat that now that I think about it. I don't even remember where our copy of that is, though, so... Oh boy. Probably in somebody's garage somewhere. Oh boy. Anyway, so that's Beldam. She's the oldest sister, the leader of the Shadow Sirens. Max HP is 9, attack is 1, defense is 0, and she's an asshole, but her blizzard attack is an attack of 2. She can make her partners big and make us tiny, and attacks with weird magic. The worst thing about her is that her sinister snicker. She sounds so totally evil. I mean, she's just the sort of person you want to avoid like the plague, you know? Yeah, that's why I want to beat her right away, so... I mean, I have a crystal star, that's why I'm so tough. Let's see what they do. Wow. Ow. Ow. I don't quite know the timing for the dodges on these, so... Unfortunately. Oh, good, she did survive. Fantastic. Okay, so let's use a Fire Flower here. And I don't know if Vivian's going to be affected by this, but it should affect the other 2. Get some chip damage in. Oh, it did affect everybody. Okay, cool. And then we will swap out for Koops. I'm going to probably Shell Shield, but I'll do that after I Power Shell Beldam to death. Yeah, I missed the timing on that one. I think Vivian's going down too. Yeah, okay. Ow. Well, we didn't get to Tattle her, but that's okay. We don't particularly need to, so... let's see what's best for us at the moment. Yeah, magic! Indeed. You think there's another reason, but it's a little spoilery. Oh, okay. Fair enough. We can talk about it later. I can't believe I managed to get that guy. I wasn't even paying attention to the screen. It's hard, cheap, and honestly kind of awful. Okay, good, so I didn't miss much then. Fantastic. Are you vulnerable to sleep by any chance, Marilyn? I'm just testing at this point. You are vulnerable to sleep, because that ding-dong wouldn't have happened there if you weren't, so... And we even got 30 star points out of it. Perfect, we'll level up from this. I can equip Quake Hammer. I did give her the big sleep. You may sleep for eternity now, Marilyn. I almost said Vivian. I don't want her to sleep for eternity. I do want this BP, though. Thank you. It's got this wonky backwards learning curve where the early game is friggin' impossible, and then you get some chips, and the rest of the game is auto-win. Oh, okay, gotcha. Fair enough. I don't risk hurting my fans. You just time my menu so that when they throw it, you're in motion so the rock lands harmlessly and they still cheer you on. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad plan, honestly. I could have done that. Obviously, I didn't think about that. But fair enough, that's a good life hack. I'll try to do that. We'll see if it works. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Oh, sure. Blame them when you were the first one to fall over. Fantastic. Go on, get. I'll take this, thank you. Here's Flurry's favorite necklace. Sounds like a plan, let's do it. How we doing anyway? Oh, right, we leveled up, so we're doing just fine. Fantastic. I forgot already. Oh, speaking of leveling up, is this? Oh no, that's just the floor. It looked like something, but it was not. Speaking of leveling up, we got 3 more badge points to work with, so let's go equip something, shall we? We got that Unsimplifier. Do I want to equip it? Not really at the moment. Maybe later if I start using, like, higher level star power attacks, but I guess having it now doesn't hurt. So, I do think I want to equip Quake Hammer, though. I'd like to equip Pretty Lucky as well, but we don't have enough badge points for that just yet, so... and then I want to equip Last Stand and Last Stand Partner. So I'll equip this one first, and then next level we'll equip Last Stand Partner and Pretty Lucky. So... Only got 1 more hammer technique, and then I've got all the ones I actually want to equip now. We've actually got all of the jumping techniques that I wanted to equip, and we've got 1 out of the 2 hammer techniques. Mario's move pool is going to be a little bit more support-focused. I mentioned that before, but I'll mention it again, so... Koops, help me out. There we go. A badge that makes the game harder. Is this Bug Fables? Well... took a little Bug Fables took a little inspiration from this, that's for sure. So, I don't need Sleepy Stomp here. We'll be fine. And we got the full crowd. You know how you can tell? Because the sound effect of the crowd is different. And they apparently like Koops' breakdancing. Can't say I blame them, I like it too. Alright, let's get rid of this puff. I'm just glad the electricity isn't arcing off of it and onto me. Apparently I'm very negatively charged. Not doing the charge strat. I am doing a charge strat, but I'm going to do it with my partners rather than with Mario, so... Yeah, you could use a charge strat with Mario, and I might actually do that for a little while until we get charge partner, but, yeah, I'm gonna mostly have the partners do the charging later. So, just to give you a little sneak peek of my plan, that guy has an earthquake, and I have a Quake Hammer for him, so here you go, sir. This won't hit the puffs, but that's okay. Bonk. Ah, the tree didn't fall over. That's okay. I guess I can Power Shell. Do I still have something to heal this? I probably do. It's fine. Whatever. I'm not concerned. We get enough FP, and if I don't, I'll just sweet treat, you know? So. Yeah, reading chat and moderating in-game chat. Pretty much. Trying to make sure that everybody's behaving. I don't have to worry about my chat. I know all of y'all behave. I don't know about Beldam and them, though. So. Unsimplifier, double pain, all or nothing. Oh, yeah, it's pro time. Yeah, I mean, that would be pro mode, yeah. I don't think I could live with all of that stuff. That's a lot. See, if double pain, like, doubled the damage that you take and receive, then I might even consider using it, but I think it's just take. And, I don't know, maybe I'm more of a giver. So. Let's see here. Let me check my items real quick, see what we've got. We got that Volt Shroom, and we got the Shroom Fries and Fresh Juice. Ow. That wasn't very nice. Well, I do want to take care of this guy up in the front here, so... And Koops can take care of the other guy in the back with just his regular attack now, so... It's just for masochists. Yeah, fair enough. It's like, oh, I never get hurt anyway, so I'll just use it, you know? Whatever. You can tell now that we're getting to the point here where we're a little... Well, we're not over-level, but these guys aren't giving very much experience anymore, so... I'll have to keep that in mind going forward. Alright, well, we'll just ignore that little healing point there because I don't particularly think I need it. I have enough for 2 sweet treats, so we'll get enough FP out of that. And we'll just go give Flurry her necklace back and see what happens. I was going to say or fall down the pit if I missed this A input, but I did not, so... You are doing said charge partner strat right now, and you think you have an idea of what I'm on about. Okay, good, good. So mainly it's going to be like Mario's going to be more defense and support, and the partner's going to be more offensively oriented. In particular, one specific partner who has a really, really powerful final attack that he gets when he gets his level up, Shine Sprite level up to the 2nd level. So, we'll get there after a little while. It's going to be a while before we get to 2 Shine Sprite levels, so we can only get 1 at the moment. I did, in fact, find your necklace. Okay, sure. There you go. Maybe we should look away. Oh, right, she's a wind spirit. She can just drag it directly into the room with her without even going there, so. What's going on? Hit the disco! She's gonna come out to I'm gonna make her mine. Oh, good lord. There she is! Madame Flurry, in the flesh. Not every day you get to meet a fancy actor. Very famous one, too, apparently. Gross. Not a big fan, huh, PC Yoshi? I don't know. I'm indifferent. So. I guess. Sure. I thank you? I don't think I'm very much special. I guess Princess Peach likes it, but... Oh, good lord. Please don't do that. You don't even have the shine sprites for that yet. Oh god. Koops, look away! Ow! Oh my god. I don't hate her, but she's definitely my least favorite. Oh, fair enough, yeah. No means no. I don't think no means no to her. Damn, he's dead. Look at Punio over there. He's just completely out of it. Oh my god. We had a day there, didn't we? Yes, actually I am. That's the ones, yep. Yeah, she just gives us a game over, yeah. Again, though, that's actually a move that she can use, and it's a pretty good defensive move as well, but she doesn't have the Shine Sprites for it yet, so I don't think she gets it until level the first Shine Sprite upgrade. Oh well, maybe she burned out on all of her uses of it now, and now she forgets how to do it after this. I don't know. I guess it would be kind of OP if she had that right away, wouldn't it? Oh well. So what kind of change are you thinking? You gonna come with us, Madame Flurry? You did say you wanted to see the world, so... I guess there's that too. Alright, sure. She is actually a pretty good tank as well. If you want to use Mario as an offensive character, get used to seeing Madame Flurry, because she's a pretty damn good tank. She's got a decent amount of HP. She doesn't have innate defense like Koops, but she basically can restore her own HP for free. Well, for some FP, but... yeah, she's pretty good as a tank, so... and she's even joined our party, so she can be the tank. She's not bad offensively either, but let's take a look at a primer of her abilities first. You press the X button, and Flurry will become, well, the wind spirit that she's known to be by blowing strong gusts of wind directly in front of you. If she blows an enemy, it'll actually make their head spin for a bit and make them dizzy. I don't know if it makes them dizzy when you start the battle if you do that, actually. I've never tested that. Maybe I will this time. Yeah, hold down the button and she'll exhale continuously to blow things away. She does have to learn how to kiss from a wizard, yeah. Yeah, more party members, indeed. I should have dodged the kiss with QuickTime events. It would have been interesting, yeah. She'd have been like, oh wow, you're quick on your feet, aren't you? And then she would have joined me anyway, because she would have enjoyed the fact that I'm so quick on my feet. Her stage presence, huh? Okay. But yeah, she'll use a body slam to attack enemies. Even if they're airborne, she can use the body slam on them, so... and we can actually get some low-level strats going with her because we can use Gale Force to blow enemies directly out of battle. It just ejects them from battle. It's not an instant death attack. That'd be kind of busted if it was, and you got it right away. It'd have to have like a really low execution rate, but yeah. I'm glad she's along for the ride because we definitely need her help to rescue your friends and keep the X-Nauts at bay, so... yeah, she starts with 15 HP, which is more than, well, even... well, Koops at level 1 has 15, so that's pretty good. And she'll get even more as she goes. I think she gets 10 HP with every Shine Sprite level up, so that's not too bad. She has no innate defense, but again, she can restore her own HP, so... yeah, just die plus die for me intensifies, yeah. Is that the new kids' way of saying die for me plus Mudo boost? Because that was what it was in Persona 4. Was die for me and Mudo boost. That had like a 90% chance of instant death in Persona 4. It was obscene. And I'm going to use it when we play it because it's so obscene. I didn't really use instant death all that much in Persona 5 when we played it, but I will be using it in Persona 4. So that's for sure. Yeah, I'll multi-bounce. Why not? I know we're running a little low on our FP at the moment, but that's okay. We can restore it. It's fine. All right, so line up the cursor. Make sure it's inside of the cursor. It will move around a little bit. And then if you press the A button at the end of her bounce there, like when she hits the ground, she'll bounce back up and do her stylish. So there you go. No, it's something you'd know if you played Royal. Okay, fair enough. Oh, good, a flower. Nice. This is where the... oh, that's not what I want to do. Coops! There you are. I almost jumped on that cleft. That would not have worked. There we go. Get a little damage off on him. Well, I can Power Shell, and then I can Sweet Treat, actually, if I do that, because I have just enough FP to Power Shell that guy with the Thunderbolt there. I think the Thunderbolt does 4 damage, if I remember correctly. I forget exactly, but I think so. Alright, well, let's Sweet Treat. Get a little FP back. I don't even need it for that, so... To be fair, I haven't missed any FP because of that poison mushroom there, so it's okay. There we go. We got a little more. Nice. I got 7 FP back. That's not too bad. And if we were missing any HP, we're not missing it anymore, so... I thought that guy was hitting Koops, but apparently I hit it too late for Koops, but just at the right time for Mario, so that's fine. So yeah, hopefully you like Multi-Bounce and Sleepy Stomp, because those are going to be the main 2 commands we'll see in the jump menu for a while yet. Actually, oh, there's a Thunderbolt. Nice. That'll help. Actually, I think we're going to get a new command in there before the end of this chapter, but it's mostly going to be those 2, and then there's going to be a couple of other ones, so... Oh, I got an email. Let's check it out, shall we? We got the RDM premiere issue. Let's read it then. Rogueport today, bringing you all the up-to-the-moment news as it happens. We now have details of yet another incident at the Parlor in West Rogueport. Outraged by the high Pianta prices, Goomfree, age 30, is suspected of violently shaking the Pianta Changer, age 5. See, putting the ages in here makes it sound like child abuse. That was intentional, and I like it. Because they're making it, again, they're making these like, whoa, holy shit, that's in a Mario game type of moments, you know? So, causing the Pianta Changer's alarm to sound, which led to the Pianta Changer ceasing to function for a brief period. The Parlor was forced to close down temporarily. The victim was quoted as saying, "I am a machine. No matter how hard I am shook, I feel no pain." End interview. What a trooper. Shop Reporter Go! Get all the hottest shopping news about all the hottest shopping spots in the world. If Petalburg's your destination, you can't miss the shop that's been the talk of the town for the last 20 years, Nifty's Shop. The friendly owner has long been thought to be the most eligible bachelor in town, but word is he's secretly in love with the girl at the inn. Oh boy. The wise and witty shopkeeper had this to say, "You only live once. Actually, you die once. You live every day. But enjoy it while you can. Shop now at good old Nifty's Shop." Cooking for rookies. Interested in cooking but don't know what to cook? Try our chef's delicious suggestions. Today's yummy recipe, fried shrooms. Just season your mushrooms, saute them up, and they're ready for the dinner table. We've already made one of those, but there you go. If you didn't know how, there you go. I don't know if I'll read all of these. I might go through them quickly later just to show them, but there's quite a few of these issues if I remember right, so I think you get 1 per chapter. We hope you enjoyed RDM's premiere issue. You can look forward to our future editions coming your way soon. Published by the Rogueport Restoration Committee. It's a really dark way of putting it, Mono. Yeah, I guess it kind of is, isn't it? But that's the impression I get when they say, here's this person who's an adult shaking this person who's a child by age standards. So, morbid, I suppose. Goombella, you're looking a little under the weather there. Do I have anything for you? I guess I have a shroom fry for you. There you go. We'll use it. We got a spare mushroom, so... I know I have a sweet treat as well, but that's okay. I'm gonna take a drink before we go to the Great Tree, actually. There we go. Alright, so let's go see what's going on in the Great Tree, and then we'll probably call it a day. Because it's been about 2.5 hours. Probably like another 10-15 minutes. We'll see if we can find a save point or 2 in there, and then we'll go from there. And actually, I need to get Flurry out. So I need to go up here and see if we can blow away the secret entrance thingy. Ah, it was a page, and it does in fact say secret entrance. It's not glowing, but it's there, so. Yeah, that's the invisible thingy that Flurry can blow away, is she'll be able to blow away little stickers-ish. I don't know, they look like stickers to me that are stuck on the paper pages here. So, excuse me. And then we can get in once Punio unlocks the door. They're very small, which definitely helps to get into these places. I had the impression you give off that sort of flare, so... Oh, well, the air here is probably a lot better for you, so... And you just fell in love, huh? Makes sense. Oh, okay, well, fair enough. Actually, she won't have to wait long for that now, will she? If you've played this game before, you know what the next chapter entails, and there's a few spotlights in that chapter. So... Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. They helped you, so you help them, and, you know, then you're even. Punio, did you figure it out? Ah, yes he did. Cool, let's just hope it didn't close behind you. No, the door is still green there, the light above it, so. Let's do this, Flurry. Go help the Punies out and see what's going on inside. Off we go. I think there's a total of 4 Shine Sprites in here, actually, and we have 2 at the moment. So yeah, we'll be able to upgrade Goombella and Flurry by the time we're done in here, so that's good. Oh, a coin, thank you. I don't know if I'm going to shake all of those. They might have items in them, but... eh. You know what I might do, actually, is I might, because when we get 3 Shine Sprites, I'm probably going to want to upgrade somebody, so I might leave the Great Tree, grab that inn coupon, and then head back to town so that I can cook the mushroom and honey syrup that I got in storage there. And then I'll go upgrade somebody and, you know, basically go there and then come back. So they're not all in the foyer. Where'd they go? You'd think somebody would have answered. That was not the somebody I was hoping would answer, though. Oh, boy. Hello. Who are we? Who are you? Well, the door was open. After we forced it. It's funny how these guys can recognize me on sight, but the Shadow Sirens, who are supposed to be a higher rank than them, need a whole-ass picture of me in order to even know who I am. Oh, boy. So what do? Do you defy orders? Apparently, yes, they do, because they're all power-hungry. Fantastic. Now, let's see what these X-Nauts can do, shall we? Can't run away from this fight, not that we'd want to. Let's see here. I don't remember how much HP they have exactly, but I guess I can get Goombella out here to tell me once I'm done stomping on one of their heads with Sleepy Stomp. There we go. We'll knock him out for a little bit, and then we'll tattle on his friend. So that is an X-Naut. It says here it's classified as an enemy combatant. I can see that. Your guess is 10 health. That's a good guess, Amarella, although it might be a little high, but we'll see. Also, hello, Amarella. How you doing? Welcome. We're just about done with the stream for the day. I'll probably go for about 10 more minutes, but we're inside the Great Tree, just trying to figure out what's going on here with these X-Nauts, so... Goombella says, that description stinks. You think it means they're just low-level foot soldiers? I mean, possibly. They got 4 HP, 3 attack, and 0 defense. They drink these potions that make them all big and burly, and then they attack. One's easy, but if there's 2 or more, better watch out. Use special moves and items, and that's why I've got Sleepy Stomp. I missed the timing on that. That's okay. Doing good? That's good, Amarella. Good to hear. I'm doing pretty good myself, so we're all doing good here, and that's good. Always a good thing when you're doing good. We'll just let the other guy sleep for a little while. It's fine. Ah, wrong mushroom. It's okay, though. Alright, Goombella, help me out. Get that last little bit of star power. And then we'll bonk the other guy. Alright, we're maxed out on star power, so that's good. Do I sweet treat and then bonk him? I could do that. I did just get the points for it, so... Does anybody need... Oh, thank you. Does anybody need any HP? No, they don't. Okay, well, then I guess I'll just Sweet Treat and then go from there. Again, I don't think I really need to save my coins like this from, you know, just using Sweet Treat all this often, but... Oh, that's a poison. Okay. Dodged a bullet there. I was gonna say, I haven't hit anything that Goombella's been in yet, because I haven't hit any of her faces. There we go. Not bad at all. Alright, Goombella, take him out. Well, he woke up, but it was too late! Dear Lord, Mono. Which one was the Dear Lord for this time? It wasn't a morbid thing, but... Or maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe I misremembered saying something. Yeah, might be a good idea. So long, chumps! They locking the door? Yeah. Of course they are. They can't just make this easy on me. Thank you. I did the best I could. I mean, Sleepy Stomp helps, so... Fair question. What could possibly make everyone leave, except for that person? Hi. Who is this? Hiding from the X-Nauts, probably. Let's hope this Punio isn't this Puny isn't named Pete. He's a monster! He could stop me with his 1 foot! That's what Punio thought originally, too, but no, I'm not going to eat you. Oh, okay. There really are a lot of Pikmin in here, aren't there? I'm gonna help you save your tree, because it will also help me get rid of the X-Nauts and take the Crystal Star? Question mark? He's huge! Eyes up here, Puny! Yeah. Something like that, yeah. Well, there's a few of them. Okay, so what can we do with, what is that, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. Oh, 11. Fair enough. I suppose that's a good point. I don't think I'm one of them. Do you see an X on this whole ass overalls I got here, bro? Puniper? Distinctly possible, yeah. Probably right, yeah. Well, what are you guys doing? Sitting behind the thing, hiding instead of saving your people? Punio's trying to do something and you're gonna poo-poo his plan? Like, come on, man. Sure, but let's fix those problems rather than bitch about them. So the troubles that you're talking about, is that why there's nobody here? Most likely. Uh-huh. Oh, even the Elder, okay. Your sister! Bum bum bum! Say it ain't so! Oh, great. Well, you didn't know, but, you know. Mono woke up and chose violence today. Yeah, apparently I did. I was ready to fight them X-Nauts, that's for sure. I'm also ready to fight for these punies. Well, you hadn't ever heard of it. I mean, the Elder might have, but... I'm down for that plan. Sure, you can't, but I can. Oh, they got in league with the Jabbies, too. That's not good. Yeah, I could see that being a bit of a problem. You haven't seen me fight, then. I'm down with Punio's plan. We gotta try, because we ain't gonna find out what's going on until we try. And it's not like this place is hard enough to where it's like, yeah, we can take it to him, and we just get our asses beat. This isn't Xenoblade Chronicles when you're trying to fight a notorious monster. Incidentally, that's probably the only thing I know about Xenoblade Chronicles, because I haven't played it, but one day, when I get my own Switch... I mean, I'm with you. Yeah, fair enough. That's fine. You can think that we're nuts. Okay. So go find your friends, and then you'll join my ranks. Alright, fair enough. You have no faith in me, sir. And that is not a good place to be, because that is a bet that you will lose. But will we be able to rescue Punio's sister and the rest of the Punies to start the revolution inside of the Great Tree? Find out on the next episode of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, the Stream Edition, which will be happening probably tomorrow or Monday. Not sure yet, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll pick a day, and I will post a schedule on Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and Twitch as soon as I get the description done for this particular episode, which is going to be ending right about now, after I read Piece of Yoshi's message here. You've seen Xenoblade, and all you know about it is that if you use a specific character, the entire fandom will come in asking why you're not using someone else. Great. Now I have to use that character, and I don't even know who they are yet. Yeah, this is H.C. Bailey signing out. Wait, no, it isn't. You can tell that I got a little inspiration from him, can't you, Sefiko? I think there's a little bit of him still in it. I haven't watched him in a long time, but he was one of the inspirations when I started, so it still lingers, I think. I tried to make my own thing, but you can't ever fully get rid of the people that inspired you. In any case, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I'll see all of you on the next one, which will be, like I said, early next week at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, take care, and have a good one. Not going to join us in sleep, eh, Punio? Well, you're probably too worried to sleep because your sister's still locked up. We'll fix that eventually.